background of like who you are, what you was doing before you became a CO at Ware and stuff like that.
All right, so my name is Christopher Hickox. Before working at Ware State Prison, uh, my plan was going in the military.
Mm.
That fell through, so I started putting in applications for Ware County Sheriff's Office, Waycross PD, and Ware State Prison. Ware State Prison was the one that got back to me first.
Now, like going through the training and everything, like what is needed for that process,
Common sense.
and that's about it.
That's it. Physical training. That's a joke. Uh, I kid you not. Whenever whenever I went to BCOT, which is Basic Correction Officer Training, uh, we actually had a woman there. She got arrested at BCOT because her plan was to become an officer to get into the prison where her boyfriend was at to bring in contraband, and she got caught passing contraband to an inmate at the training facility.
Wow, wow. And she got arrested on the spot type of thing.
Yeah. There was no doubt about it. The inmate was caught with the contraband, and of course, inmate's gonna CYA, and yeah, he snitched on her, and she got arrested.
Wow, that's that's kind of crazy. So let me ask you this: all right, once you got your blues, how long did it take to get your blues?
It depends on whenever the training happens. Of course, like any other institution, if it's around uh, the holidays, the training instructors and all that will go on break. They'll go on holiday. So I think I did mine right after Christmas, and it was, I think, only 6 weeks long.
Wow.
Now, whenever you get to BCOT, it's kind of paramilitary, where
Yeah.
they'll come in and check your rooms and everything like that. But it's honestly not. Whenever I was there, I got paired with two guys that was um, military trained. They had just come out of the service, or they had been out for a while, and they was looking for a job. Which, of course, that's with anybody coming out of the military. Uh, but yeah, they was the ones that showed me like how to do your military fitting on your bed and all that. And trick to that is bring your own pillow and comforter so you can make your bed and just sleep on top of it.
Wow. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Now, I let me ask you this: like coming in, you got your blues, and you're coming into Ware State Prison, that level 5 camp. What does a particular day look like for you when you come through?
So the typical thing was I didn't live too far down the road, so but I would show up at least 30 minutes early, stand outside, have a cigarette, because you're supposed to get breaks, but you don't. You absolutely not. It was literally a blue moon if you ever did. So I would grab my smoke break early. Uh, go into front entry. You go through the whole process of getting checked in. You got to go through the body scanner. You've got to put all your stuff through the scanners. Uh, Once you get through that, you clock in. Uh, Go sit in briefing. Listen to all the nonsense they've got to say. Uh, and the only reason I call it nonsense is because it's repetitive. It's never about anything that we have brought up. Like if we saw something that the higher ups needed to know about, it got swept under the rug. So it was just we sat there, wait for our post, go out, swap our keys, and then head off to our post or where we're going to be at. Either it's going to be in a dorm, in the towers, in the P vehicles, over an M building. It just varied.
All right, so when you work, did you work in the dorms a lot?
Oh, absolutely.
And what is it like? Like just coming in and relieving whatever office, and like what is going on in the dorms? Like what do you see?
Hmm, depend on the day. Uh, Honestly, it depended on the officer too. If you had an officer who came in, had a bad attitude or just a bad day, the dorm it was typically just in a frenzy.
Yeah.
So whenever I would show up, I'd be like, "All right, how many heads we got?" And go in there, make sure that everybody's alive and kicking. Um, let those guys go. Make sure I go in and make sure the guys ain't doing nothing they ain't supposed to. Of course, there was quite a few. I mean, you'd find the random water bug, which was the way to heat up their water. Of course, that's contraband. Whenever I first started, well, whenever I came in my blues, I used to collect all of their contraband. I'm not even gonna lie. Uh, then whenever it got to a point where I realized that uh, some of this contraband uh, just was needed because the water in there, you you'd be lucky if majority of the time it worked, especially for like the hot water and whatnot.
Mm.
So, in all honesty, I would make a game of it when we go and do shakedowns or whatnot. It's contraband. I could have took it, and I would pile it up in the middle of the floor. And whenever it was done, I'd just walk out. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even touch it. So the guys would go in there and scatter trying to collect their water bugs. But other than that, I mean, unless it was a shank, drugs, cell phones, something of that caliber, then I had an issue with it because that is a safety risk.
Yeah. Now, how many cell phones you think that you probably confiscated through your time there?
I probably confiscated anywhere from 10 to 15 of them. Um, in all honesty, there was two of them that I distinctly remember. Uh, one of them was some Mexican fellows. Uh, they were part of the, what was it? It wasn't MS-13. They had another gang in there. I can't exactly remember what it was, but
The
they were a part of it.
Seleniums,
Possibly, like I said, it's been.
Nietas.
I'm not 100%.
Okay.
I do remember the guy had come up to the window and he says, "Hey, officer, uh, I lost my wedding ring behind the toilet because those things they do pop off the wall. All stainless steel toilet." So I was like, "All right, well, I'll get maintenance down and we'll go in there and get it because I mean, wedding band, especially in prison, you definitely don't want to lose that." Uh, so we went and popped open the door that's behind the toilets for the maintenance to work on the pipes. And he was trying to get in there and get it. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to go in there and get it. And as soon as I looked in, I told him to get into a cell because it was a cell phone stuffed in a eyeglass case. The second
Wow.
one, I was working I building, which is a four dorm open dorm. And one of the inmates had asked to be let out of his dorm to go and talk to the barber. So I said, yeah, sure, not a problem. So I stepped out and let him go and talk to the barber. Well, whenever the dude turned around to go back to his dorm, a smartphone dropped out of his pocket. It busted open and the battery slid across the floor to my foot. So I picked up the battery. He picked up the back of the cell phone and the cell phone and stuffed it in his pocket and was trying to get back into the dorm. So I walk up to him and I say, "Hey man, you can go ahead and give it to me. I already saw it. I've got the battery in my pocket." He says, "I ain't got none." So I said, "Man, look, you hand it to me. Your name's not gonna go in the paperwork. I'll say I found it. You don't. I'm gonna call Lieutenant down here, and it's gonna be one heck of a show." So he says, "Man, you sure my name's not gonna be in paperwork?" I said, "No paperwork on it." So he handed me the cell phone. I put him back in his dorm, called up my lieutenant, and says, "Hey, I got something for you." Handed him the cell phone. No paperwork like that. As long as you treated them with respect. I mean, yes, they're humans. They did stuff that was bad. I can understand that. As long as you understand that I'm there to do a job and you're there to do your time, that's fine. I can handle that. But you start making time for everybody else harder, my time harder, then we all gonna have an issue, and it's not just me.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. Now, like what type like because when I was there and they were just kind of like bringing the cell phones in, right? And they were saying mandatory 5 years if you get caught with this cell phone. Like, what did it change to after the time?
Oh no, it was still mandatory. Cell phones are considered an escape device.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, yeah, even if you got like a saw blade from maintenance or any type of cutting utensil, that could be considered an escape device.
Mm-hmm.
Cell phones, the reason why they made it to the point of being an escape device, uh, I can't remember exactly what prison it was, but there was an inmate that got a hold of a cell phone and called his people outside, and these people flew a helicopter into the prison to get him out.
Mm. Yeah, that's major. I think I might have heard of that situation before, and I think he was going around like he did that a couple times. Like I'm pretty sure this person did this a couple times, and this was it in London or something?
I think so. I'm honestly thinking so. I mean, the last reports that I got from London, and I kid you not, it was crazy. Was those guys in prison there are still using pigeons to fly stuff in and out.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never heard of a pigeon carrying a cell phone, but yeah, they've actually caught it on video, and I was like, wow. All right, that's a first.
Now, tell me this: have you ever saw or heard of a situation where, like, an officer is working with any of the inmates or any of the gangs inside of there, bringing contraband in for them and get caught?
Yeah, I've done it quite a few times. Majority of the time, it was female officers uh, or female staff that were not officers. Uh, the biggest fish that I ever saw was the warden at the time.
Hmm. And how was he making drops? Like, how is that possible?
Well, let me tell you, I actually had to sit in front of GBI because of it. Uh, he was all right. So whenever you go through front entry, it doesn't matter who you are. You're supposed to be checked in. That's all of your stuff needs to be scanned. You can't have any solid colored totes or bags bringing your food in. It has to be clear or mesh. Your boots have to be scanned, and you yourself have to go through a body scanner. Though this warden at the time refused to do any of that. He had a black book bag full of stuff whenever he would enter, and whenever he would leave, it would be empty. On the weekend, he wouldn't even go to front entry. He'd walk to the back entrance, carrying a giant black trash bag full of stuff, come out empty-handed, and he'd head right over to INL building. And if anybody want to look at it, it's the two closest buildings next to the road on the map.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, that's crazy work right there. Did he ever get caught for doing that?
GBI. All right, so the issue with GBI was actually my lieutenant at the time. He was a great lieutenant. Morale all around. Uh, Whenever even the inmates knew that he was running shift, uh, it better be a smooth day, or else we was going to be shaking down the entire prison.
Hmm.
Uh, but he was like one of two or three lieutenants out there that had the highest morale, to the point that whenever, what was it? I We went to briefing, and I think we had over 40 people in briefing. First time ever having over 40 people. And next thing you know, the warden, the uh, warden that was dirty, uh, he was having a affair with one of these female sergeants.
Mm.
Yeah. So she went to tell the warden for whatever reason. Warden come out and told my lieutenant he needed to send everybody home he called in, but allow the people she called in to stay. He called in people he knew would work. She called in people she wanted to hang out with at work.
Wow.
Well, my lieutenant, it was actually the shift right before he went on his vacation, because he had accrued a lot of vacation time. And he had told the warden, "This is my shift. This is my people. I'm going to send the people home that she sent home." The warden told him, "No, you can do what I tell you, or you can leave." My lieutenant said, "All right, then I'm taking my vacation early." So we had all made a plan to call out,
Hmm.
because that warden, you've got to respect the people that you put in charge. You don't do that, well, now that's going to go down the line. So you had our entire shift call out. We did it right. We called, said, "Hey, we're not coming in," and it was before shift started. Of course, with our lieutenant gone, the warden was the one taking all the calls. So, needless to say, he was highly ticked. Well, because we did that, we ended up getting investigated by Georgia Department of Corrections higher ups. They actually came down, and I think I ended up taking like a 5% pay cut, even though we called in the right way, but it was because it was a mass call out. But we only I took a 5% pay cut for like 3 months. So it really wasn't that much. Well, that sent investigations all the way up to GBI. GBI
Mm.
came, and whenever I had the interview with them, I was on record. And yeah, I told him, I said, yeah, the warden did this. I didn't want to come in. I couldn't respect him. So after getting that done, writing out my statement, they turned off the recordings. They said, "Now, what can you tell me about the warden? What do you want to know?"
Wow.
So I sat there. I told them everything, because my one rule was I come in on my days. I do my job. I did it by the book. On my off days, if I wasn't doing anything and one of my favorite lieutenants would call me, yeah, I'll come in. I ain't got a problem. I know I'm going to have an easy day with one of my lieutenants. Other times, say I'm out fishing or I'm drinking, uh, lieutenant calls and, sir, I've got a pole in my hand. He says, all right, never mind, you ain't coming in. Or I'm drinking. He says, never mind. I had respect on that part. Uh, but yeah, whenever the warden was, uh, I guess, investigated, I ended up getting a call from one of the officers that was working on a different shift. Uh, they walked. I'm guessing it was higher authorities or whatnot. I honestly don't know. All I know is they had drove up to the warden's house with a black SUV, got him, took him away, then came back, packed up his office, put him in the back of the SUV, and took off. They never charged him. They just let him retire.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's vicious. Now, when it comes to like, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. When it comes to the inmates, and if something happens in the dorm, right, and they're ready to go to war, or they're having a standoff, have you ever saw it ignite, like something just happened in the dorm?
Quite a few times, there was different things to tell what different things were going on. So with the war, uh, all the guys would lace up. They get their tennis shoes, they'd lace up. The Some of them would have their shirts on, but it looked bulky. They'd make some type of armor. Other guys that were younger guys, hot blooded, ready to go, they'd have their shirt off, pumping themselves up. You could definitely tell when the energy was going to go south.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Now, whenever, say, one of the gang members goes and fucks with another gang, typically it would be their gang's job to discipline him instead of the other gang doing it. So I've seen that quite a few times where somebody get their tail whooped, and I do mean whooped. Uh, they'd have split heads from being beat or whatnot. Worst one I saw was a guy wasn't following the rules, and I was actually working with one of our lieutenants that uh, he wasn't on a shift, but he was one of our extra lieutenants doing like the different rounds and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I was working with him, and dude hit the door, bleeding, screaming. They had done stabbed him for whatever he had done. So they was putting him on the door. They had already had his stuff packed and everything. And my lieutenant I was working with, he's like, "I'll take care of this." And I said, "Yeah, I'll get started on the paperwork." So
All
it
right.
was just
So
another
look,
day for us.
for the people that just came in, or the people that don't know about the politics of the chain gang, you said putting him on the door. What does that actually mean?
He's being evicted. He is not allowed to stay in that dorm.
By all means.
By all means, it's either by death, medical, or he gets put out. He puts himself on the door,
Yeah.
depending on how bad the situation was.
Wow. So have you ever been on shift where somebody got unalived in assault or something like that?
Assaults, that was a current thing. 1010s, which was inmate on inmate calls. That was nearly an everyday thing. Uh, Death. I think it was my first year in blues. If my wife was out here, she could tell you his name. Because she was there training whenever this happened. But it was blood versus a Mexican. I think it was an MS-13 at this point. And if anybody knows, MS-13 does not play around in the system. Absolutely not. They are one of the scariest gangs out there. Um, But I still remember that day to this day. The guy was walking down the sidewalk. He had called for me to open up the gate because we separated the dorms. So I walked out there and let him go down to his dorm. This happened in D building. Oh wait, his name was Benjamin Carey. If anybody wants to know, Benjamin Carey. Uh, so it happened. I'd have to say maybe 10 minutes after I had let him through, and he was cussing at me. This dude was a hothead from the get go. I honestly think that he didn't have very many smarts in him, but anyways, he was cussing at me. I told him, "Hey man, you gotta watch that mouth, otherwise it's gonna come back to bite you one day." So I went to go sit back in my control dorm, and next you know, we got a call over the radio, 1010 at D building. So we run down there. The Mexican guy is standing on the sally port, still holding the weapon. It was a brass rod that he had gotten out of the showers. It's where they push the button to start the water. He had broke that out and took the brass rod and sharpened it to a point. So he had a brass rod of, I think it was around 16 inches long, and I think 4 or 5 inches was wrapped up in t-shirts.
Yeah, for good grip.
Yeah, exactly, and even had the loop so it doesn't slip off your wrist. So he was standing on the sally port. He had very little blood on him, but we had to make sure that we got the weapon away from him before we could go in and secure everything. He had tossed it out. I was the one that picked it up, uh, got him into handcuffs, took him down to lockdown. That was another officer that did that. We ran inside, pepper balls, pepper spray, bear spray. Um, we didn't fire anything, but we had it just in case because this was a massive weapon. We needed to make sure that everybody was safe. Uh, we got in, everybody immediately locked down, and I started looking around for the injured guy, and I could see an arm laying over the banister, the second floor. So when we ran up, uh, we actually, whenever we're trained, a cadet is not supposed to touch anything, especially with an inmate. However, we did have a cadet try to do CPR. Me and another officer who used to be on the CERT team, which is Correctional Emergency Response Team, he had traded his blacks back to blues. Me and him took one look, and there was nothing we could do. They had literally punctured right here, and it went straight down to his heart. He had no blood coming out of his wound, but his eyes had already glossed over.
Wow. Wow.
I can tell you right now, it's something that you will not forget.
Yeah, I can believe it. I can definitely believe it. Now, like I would tell people about like mad jackers and stuff like that, and a lot of people
Hold
don't
on.
believe how
Looks like
vicious.
somebody here. What was going through your mind while this was happening? Honestly, I'll tell you right now. By that point, I, I've gotten to see brain matter. I've gotten to see eyes out of the sockets. Uh, I've seen limbs damn near chopped off. Uh, Whenever I saw that, honestly, the first thing that came to my mind, I leaned up against the wall and says, "I need a cigarette."
Mm, mm, mm. That's deep. That's deep. Now, this the eyes out the socket. What's going on with that situation? What happened?
Could have been anything. Uh, Whenever I saw that happen, the guy, I believe it was either a medical call or a chow call. I can't remember. But he got attacked on the walk. I'm guessing they got him with a lock with a sock.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, all you saw was him walking around, and it was dangling down, and you could see the nerve just holding it there.
Mm, that's That's crazy. Now the chopping, like the limbs almost coming off, is you would say that was an attack from the Mexicans or what?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, so while working out there, I think the longest machete I ever found was I think about 2 feet long. Uh, that was made from a locker. Somebody in fabrications, or not fabrications, but maintenance, got a hold of a piece and traded it to him. But yeah, the longest one I've seen like that. But yeah, well, the longest one I've found was like that. The longest one I've ever seen was at BCOT, and somebody legit made a medieval's uh, two-handed sword.
What?
Yeah, it was. I think that one was anywhere between 3 and 4 feet long. It had the cross guards. It had the grip on it. But yeah, they actually got it up for display up there at BCOT in Forsyth.
That's crazy work right there, man. That is actually crazy work, man. Now
Now,
hold on.
the most impressive knife I've ever found.
Mhm.
Somebody made Rambo's knife. Had the serrated back. Had the hole in the blade. Uh, I think it was anywhere from 6 to 8 inches just for the blade. But yeah, they took their time with that one.
Yeah, yeah. I can believe that. That's a real combat type of knife right there. That's crazy. That's craziness. I don't know what. Now, like, hold on. My man said mad jackers laughing out loud. We called them gunslingers at the camp. Do you have any stories of seeing how when these guys that do the mad jacking, how they be psyched out and stuff like that? And have you ever saw them in action? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've actually got a fun story about that. So whenever we do a chow call, they've got to go through what's called the loop that goes around the big yard. It's a double chain fence. It's three ways covered, concrete wall, chain links both sides of you and on top, and leads all the way around the walk all the way up to the chow hall. Well, there's a part of it where the kids does not see, and usually at that point is where we have a female officer uh, station, and that's where they would do their mad jacket. Uh, the female officers were told they can do nothing about it. Their reports didn't go anywhere. They couldn't defend themselves any type of way. So it was straight molestation right there in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Uh, there was one female officer I had great respect for, and she had kept telling the supervisors, "Hey, this keeps going on. This keeps going on." They wouldn't do anything. So I finally told her, I said, "Hey, let me know whenever they do it. Just call my name over the radio, and I'll know exactly what's going on." She called me over the radio when chow was going, so I walked straight up the loop in there with the inmates. Came up right behind them, and well, I did what they was doing. Whenever they saw what I was doing, they, "What the heck's going on? What are you doing, officer?" "Hey, I thought this was a sausage fest." Yeah, they didn't do that on my walk anymore. It
Wow.
sounds wrong. It sounds wrong, but you've got to treat them the exact way that they're treating others.
That's diabolical right there. I'm surprised you ain't make no enemies out of that situation, man.
Honestly, so whenever I was working out there, I ended up with the nickname Officer Asshole. Whenever other inmates would come up and call me Officer Hickox, there'd be other inmates walking up saying, "Nah, that ain't Officer Hickox, that's Officer Asshole." That's because I did it by the book. You made me do paperwork, it's not going to be good for you. I had one guy that he was being loud, obnoxious, and just all out respectful to anybody. Didn't matter if he was an inmate or an officer, or even one of the maintenance guys coming down. So yeah, I got some payback on him. I wrote a DR form, which is disciplinary report. Um, I didn't turn it in though, but there's a code, a DR code for uh, bodily hygiene. So I wrote in there, I, Officer Hickox, gave this inmate an order to go get a shower and clean due to bodily hygiene. Inmate stated, "You do it." That's what I put into the report, and I went out, went into the dorm, and I read it out loud and handed it to him. Needless to say, I didn't have to hear from him for the rest of the day because, well, he became the joke of the dorm for it. Hello.
Yeah, sound about right. Sound sounds about right. Now, have you ever been in a situation or around? Matter of fact, when you was working there, did it start to like simmer down with the security where it was lack of staffing at Ware State Prison?
Even
Yeah.
my wife's standing here and shaking her head. Yeah, it got is so bad. So it's supposed to be well per LOP and SOP. You're supposed to have one officer per dorm. So that would mean you would have an officer in the control room and one officer per each side. Well, whenever I was there, it was only one officer in the control room and one officer on the floor. By the time, what was it, 2.5 years in for me? About a year and a half, year for you? So my 2.5 years, about a year after my wife started, that dropped. I was floor officer for 4 dorms. So that's one officer for 400 inmates.
Wow. For
Yeah,
four
my
doing.
wife here, she had to do 4 dorms and medical. So yeah.
And did you ever have to like save her from like getting disrespected from any of these inmates before?
There was one point where we wasn't dating while we was working there. One of our things was, uh, one of my things was you don't date where you work because that is just bad policy. Uh, we actually hooked up afterwards because, well, we both quit at around the same time. But one thing you don't do in there is disrespect your female officers. Uh, we got a call for 1078, which was an officer inmate altercation where she and 2 other female officers were going to do count all the heads in the building. And she ended up coming up to a room where they was openly had their cell phone out. Well, she went to back out of the door, and the other 2 female officers allowed an inmate to get past her, past them to her. So you had an inmate in front of her and an inmate behind her. They grabbed a hold of her, trying to throw her over the banister. She locked her arms out and ended up with severe nerve damage in her elbow from them banging her up against the doorway. Uh, but yeah, whenever we got the call, I can tell you right now, we couldn't open up gates or anything fast enough, especially when it comes to a female. And yeah, whenever we got there, the guy got brought out in handcuffs, and I said, "Who'd you put your hands on?" He says, "Man, that bitch in there." Excuse my language, but that's exactly what he said. And I said, "No, who'd you put your hands on?" And he said, "Officer Mondragon." I said, "Wrong choice." Sent his ass down to the hole where he was stuck in suicide watch.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he got out, from the stories I got told afterwards, was the dorm wasn't happy with him because, well, whenever a female officer gets injured or whatnot, because she had to go out on medical leave, uh, you get me. Those dorms down there was typically only female ran. Well, you mess with a female, guess what? You got me. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not nice like the females. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not nice like the females. So yeah, they was pissed because they got me for I think it was like 3 weeks straight.
Mm. Yeah, I
So
know. I know they think it's sweet in the dorms when it's just females, and then to get a male. Yeah, I can dig it. I can definitely dig that. Hold up. Is there any question? Do we have any questions going on right here? Hold up.
I haven't
Hold
seen
up.
anybody. Yeah, I'm working on it, baby.
It's a, the neck beard as well. All right. So, have you seen a officer like get attacked by an inmate, like a male on male situation?
Oh yeah, I've actually been attacked myself.
Oh, what? Would you like to explain what happened?
Usually, whenever I got attacked, it was young bucks coming into the prison system, newbies. They were trying to show out for the other inmates, talking about they could take on an officer, whatnot. And yeah, I remember at one point I was passing out mail to the other inmates, and of course, the rule still stood. If y'all made me do paperwork, then it's gonna be all hell. But y'all do what y'all got to do. Follow the rules while I'm here. Y'all ain't gonna have nothing to worry about. Well, as I'm passing out the mail, one of these new guys come up and he actually put his hands on me. Well, before I could get a swing in, the other inmates, they literally drug him across the floor away from me. And whenever the supervisors came down, they had already packed all of his stuff and put him on the door.
Mm, okay. Okay. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. You must have been running a tight shift. Like they messed with you in that dorm.
Yeah, yeah. So again, there were certain things that I was led by. If I come across you and you're smoking weed, if it's something so tiny, what am I going to do with that? I'm not going to put paperwork on that. Throw it in the toilet, flush it.
Mm,
I'm not going to worry about that. Uh, Finding Shanks' cell phones. If you're dumb enough to have it out in front of me, yeah, I'm gonna have to do paperwork on it because now I've got it. I've seen
yeah.
it, and if you don't hand it over, then it's going to be a bigger problem than that, and the entire dorm is going to be pissed because they're all going to be put on lockdown.
Yeah. That's
So
that's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah, they've got to make a choice. You give them the choices. You either hand it over calmly, or the entire dorm is going to be pissed off at you.
Now, have you? I'm gonna ask you this. What is? Who can come to mind if I say that you ran across one of the most dangerous or known to be dangerous inmates while you was at Weir State Prison? Who who will come to mind?
Uh, Dangerous? That's a good question. Let me think that. Honestly, the only ones I've ever considered dangerous would have had to been the uh, Goodfellas that was in lockdown.
The Goodfellas. Yeah, I speak about the GFs a lot.
Yeah,
I speak about them a lot.
with them, uh, whenever they would ever have to be moved, I think it was a minimum of like 5 officers that had to be around them.
Mm, that's deep. And why did they get dubbed dangerous? Why would they say that these individuals are dangerous?
Because they didn't care who you were. You could have been another inmate. You could have been an officer. If they've got an order, a hit order put out, uh, if they got the chance, they'd do it.
Mm,
They've attacked The last time I heard was a officer got a hit put on him, and the inmate put a shank through his neck.
Mm. Gee. So in I'm say in order groups, who would you say is like from the most dangerous on down to they're just good in there? Who like what set of gangs would you say?
Uh, well, I can tell you right now, as far as I remember, yeah, the Goodfellas, uh, they were mostly kept in solitary confinement. But the most dangerous out there was the Muslim Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people they'll talk about the Bloods, the Crips, MS-13. Uh, yeah, they're big in name and in numbers, but compared to the Muslim Brotherhood, no, they were kitty cats compared to them.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. Like, I tell stories and I try to get people. I try to be as transparent as I can. And when I actually tell the stories of what took place when I was there, when I'm saying it, it don't even sound believable. Like that, I went and I saw this type of stuff, and I'm like, that it's going to be hard for people to believe that I was there. Like, and I was actually with the Muslims from the time I came in Muslim, left out the same way. And like I know when I came to Valdosta State Prison, like my stuff was stolen as soon as I got there. And once the person went into my stuff and started bringing out prayer rugs and kufis and all, he knew that he was in a situation. So I had to go door to door to find him. And once I called out, Assalamu alaikum, and I told them that my stuff got stolen, they came out. It was so many of them that came out, and we went door to door. And when we found the person on the top tier, the last door that we to, he got poured out, and he got thrown over the top tier, right?
Yep.
And some people like, nah, that's cap. They wouldn't let that happen. I was like, nah,
Yeah, it happens.
yeah, it definitely happened. Now, what do you know about the riot that broke out at Ware State Prison?
I probably know just about as much uh, as anybody that was standing outside that fence that night, but not as much as somebody that was inside.
Okay, what did it look like? What was going on? What was taking place?
Hell, just hell. There was fires put out, started everywhere. Uh, Smoke, pepper ball, uh, pepper ball gas, CO gas. Uh, I still can't believe that the Department of Corrections labeled that as a minor disturbance. The people that I saw coming out of there that night, it was unimaginable.
Mm, mm.
Uh, if anybody's seen the videos, the officer that got walked around in handcuffs, he was my sergeant whenever I was working out there. I had left about 2 years prior, and it was my shift. That was my family, and he ended up getting stabbed. In the video, they don't show it, but whenever he hits the ground, that's because they tripped him, and then they started stabbing him multiple times in the back. I think he ended up with like 30 stab wounds. Uh, the unit manager out there, he was actually my captain. Whenever I left, he had got a promotion to unit manager. Uh, they split his skull in two places. His eye was stabbed. Uh, they had stabbed him multiple times in the chest area. He actually ended up with a punctured lung. They had to airlift him out of that area and take it to the hospital.
Wow.
There was another guy. One of the Fly. Uh, One of the softest spoken guys you could possibly ever meet. Um, if you looked at this guy, you would never think that he would work in corrections. Uh, they tried to slit his throat over his keys and radio. There was an older gentleman that was in lockdown. He was thrown down a flight of concrete stairs, and it was an orderly that grabbed him up and threw him inside of an empty cell and shut the door
To
and
save him.
stood in front of it. The female officers that were working that night, other inmates did try to get in to get them, but there was inmates that blocked the control room doors, protecting them. But if you was a guy, they try to kill you.
Ware State Prison, Waycross, Georgia,
And
Way
that was only the
Prison.
first one.
Mm.
The second one happened exactly a year later to the month. Both of them happened in August.
Mm-hmm.
The next one of the lockdown guys, uh, the last I heard from him, they beat him so bad he cannot live alone by himself anymore. He does not have the mental capability to be able to live on his own anymore.
Mm. That's diabolical right there, man. That is diabolical. And yet
Now, another
still.
thing that I did get confirmation on
Mm-hmm.
was from the videos. It shows the two inmates on the floor, both of them bleeding. They were
Mm.
shot. They was shot by the deputy warden at the time.
With the actual firearm.
Yeah. I'm not going to give out any officers' names, but this officer told me she was riding in the perimeter vehicle, and the I guess he was the warden at this time. Yeah, he was the warden at this time, if I remember correctly. He came up and took her sidearm that she carries while in the perimeter vehicle and took it inside the facility, which is a no-no in any corrections facility, and fired shots.
Mm. Wow. Wow.
And if I remember correctly as well, he was allowed to retire after that incident.
With no problem.
Nope, none.
What do you think is the biggest mistake that a new guy coming to a place like Ware State Prison, like what would be the biggest mistake that you can say that they can make coming there?
Are you talking an officer or an inmate or any type of
In,
employee?
inmate.
An inmate? Well, first off, don't get in trouble. If you do get in trouble and you go there, keep your head down. Don't stick your neck out. Don't take anything that somebody says here. It's free because it's not. They want something later on. Uh, do your time. Don't make it hard. Don't think that you're in there with friends. You'll get thrown under the bus faster than anything. You'll get ran over. You'll get squished. They don't care. And there's a few other things, but this is YouTube, so catch my drift.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, just hearing this stuff right here, like it just brings back a lot of memories. And for you seeing it, like I just want to ask you, like how are you doing after all of that?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. So before going to Warrior State Prison, I was planning on going to the military. I've always been a military brat. My parents wasn't in the military. That's one thing I always wanted to go to do. Uh, so training up beforehand, yeah. Whenever I got there, I was still in military mindset. That got burned out real quick. But afterwards, uh, I can tell you now that it doesn't matter if it's during the day or at night. If I hear any type of little sound that's out of place, I'll know exactly what direction it's coming from.
Mm.
Now, I will tell you, after all of the stuff I've seen out there, honestly, if I'm out in public and something happens, whether it's there's blood involved, somebody died or whatnot, it's just another day for me, and that's because of how much you've seen out there. It's crazy. I mean, in all honesty, and believe it or not, with everything that's happened out there, there was only one time where I ended up. I honestly I needed like a week off from work, and that was a hostage situation.
What happened?
So as I was sitting in my control room talking with another floor officer and my control room officer, just sitting there goofing off, it seemed like the world went completely silent whenever a woman screamed. And I don't mean it just a regular scream, I mean blood curdling. That'll make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. It came over the radio. We sat there for like a few seconds, which felt like minutes, in silence, waiting for something. And then it came over the radio again. So we busted out of there and started. We was all running around the facility looking like chickens with our head cut off, trying to figure out where this was coming from. Uh, Finally found that it was in the. I think it was our intake area. Uh, Woman screaming over the radio, "He's gonna kill me!" So we immediately had to do a uh, full facility lockdown, do an emergency count. I think we actually did the emergency count twice, making making sure that we all had our numbers. And it wasn't until I think shift change, whenever I finally got a hold of my lieutenant and asked, "What the hell happened?" And he tells me it was a simulation. I've never felt my blood run so cold. I tell you what, I was doing the rest of my shift in tunnel vision. I walked past people, they're asking me something, and I ghost right by them. I wasn't even hearing them.
That's deep. That's deep. Wow. 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 So now that it's been 6 years since you've been gone, and that's kind of like behind you, or you're getting it way in your past, like you're doing way better now, correct?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you one thing, I'm a lot happier working out there. So, whenever you're on shift, you're supposed to be on shift 12 hours. You're not supposed to be anything over that. However, while working out there, I was working anywhere from 18 to 24s.
Mm.
Uh, you get burned out like that. So, yeah, whenever I was telling you I was going fishing, I made it a mandatory thing. My long weekends, my tail was off to Brunswick, and I was saltwater fishing all weekend. I used to be chubby whenever I was working out there, but whenever I started going fishing, I kid you not, I was actually called into HR. to do drug screening because they thought that I was on meth or something because of how much weight I lost. But no, it was more of trying to get myself back mentally because that place just drains the life out of you. There was an officer out there. He was only, I think, maybe 31 or 32 years old. But whenever you looked at this guy, it looked like he was in his late to early 70s. I mean, gray hair, teeth falling out, skin wrinkled. He was only 30. No, I couldn't do that. No.
Wow. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Oh, listen, you got a question here. Why? Because of lack of staff. What would that be?
Hold on. It says why? Because of lack of staff. What do you mean by that? Or
Yeah. For this Anthony Reed. Yeah, that's exactly. I wasn't part of the boys' club. I tried to go up for a sergeant's position and was denied every single time because I wasn't uh, part of the boys' club. I was never going to get a promotion. He says the 18 to absolutely, absolutely. So you're supposed to have over 30 people on staff at all times at Ware State Prison. And at, whenever I was working there, we had maybe, I think, 14. And whenever the riot happened, they had less than 10.
oh yeah, that's the complete takeover situation.
Yeah. All right. So per SOP, yeah, SOP, whenever a facility cannot maintain staffing at their facility per security reasons, there are multiple steps that need to be taken. So whenever we drop to where me, being the only person running 4 buildings, which was not safe, you're supposed to do 30 minutes post checks every 30 minutes, right? How am I supposed to do that whenever there's 4 buildings? Each building has 2 dorms. That's 400 inmates that I've got to look after. I can't be doing 30-minute post checks every 30 minutes, especially for each side.
Mm.
It says, did you ever witness excessive force by a CO? By a regular corrections officer? No. By part of the CERT team? Yes.
What does that look like?
All right, so the CERT team was also another part of the boys club. Um, if you didn't follow them, you was against them. I remember taking a fan from one inmate because he had altered it, and it had become a literal fire hazard. It was shooting out sparks. No, that's not okay. I don't need my dorm catching on fire and me taking the heat for it. So I took it, confiscated it, and wrote him a receipt saying, I took this, here's your receipt. And I kid you not, the CERT team brought it back to the inmate that same day on my shift and told me not to mess with him.
What?
My guess is he was one of their little informants.
Wow.
But yeah, it wasn't just on inmates either. At one point, I kid you not, again before we left the prison, me and my wife now we used to carpool because I lived right down the road and she lived another county over. So we was on different shifts. I didn't. My car broke down. We'd swap out. I'd go home, sleep, pick her up the next day. Right. Uh, I don't know what she had done to piss off the CERT team, but they tried to plant stuff in her car.
Oh.
She, yeah. Whenever they called for a vehicle inspection on her vehicle, and Whenever she came outside, she asked for a supervisor, and the CERT team told her, "No, we don't need a supervisor." So she then called the sheriff's office. Says, "I need an officer out here to witness the search." One of the CERT team members quickly turned around and walked away.
Yo, that's wicked. That's wicked behavior right there, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It happened all too often. If it got ridiculous. I mean, honestly, actually, so whenever you're first out there, a good portion of your time as a recruit is walking around with CERT team doing cell searches and all that. Which, by the way, whenever I left, we actually stopped doing cell searches altogether. Stopped going after contraband. Uh, yeah, anything that they was doing wrong, you could forget about it.
Wow. That's probably why it is the way it is now. Like everybody has phones, everybody's doing things online, showing the dorms now freely and doing all this type of madness. Like they can walk past an officer. The officer can be right there and throw up the deuces and stuff like that. Like it looks very diabolical, especially even in Jackson State Prison. Like how is all that vicious attacks happening at the diagnostics? How like it doesn't make no sense, man. It really doesn't, man.
You
Look,
got
we
another
well,
question here. It says, "Did you ever witness a CEO participate in bringing in contraband?" I think we already covered this, but if you didn't hear, absolutely. Majority of the time, it was female officers. I've lost count of how many times they were taken out in handcuffs. The last one I remember seeing, and it was crazy stuff. It was during the winter time. Female officer come in wearing a scarf and two nice, pretty diamond earrings. Well, whenever it was time to leave, she didn't have that scarf no more, and one earring was missing. They found the inmate with the earring, and the scarf was wrapped around his junk.
wow.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
you say that the female COs will get into relationships with the inmates there?
Oh, yeah, constantly. There was one where I had. She actually got caught in front entry. Um, so the policy was at the time you just had to put your tote bag in the scanner and walk through with your boots on. Well, then they changed it to where you had to take your boots off and put those through the scanner as well. And this female, she was a heavy set black woman. And whenever she bent over to take off her boots, the back of her jeans popped open. But they didn't pop open by the seams. She had removed the seams and put in Velcro for ease of access.
Yo, wow,
Now, the
wow.
newest story that I got to hear just happened not too long ago, where, which is funny enough. So, you have an officer barber in the prison. This is an inmate that only cuts officers' hairs. Well, it turns out that he worked his magic and got one of the HR ladies, and they got caught.
Mm.
She was fired immediately.
Oh yeah, I can believe it. I can definitely believe it. Now,
Yeah, I think this only happened like a couple months ago.
this is gonna be like my ending question, but like I want you to think about this before you say it. But if guys that's in the prison, if they become administrative orderly, where they work with administration all up there, and that this is their job duty. Um, what are they likely looked as by the rest of the people in the compound?
Mm, that would be trying to think of the term here. That would be your courier. He's the one that gets you all the information around the compound. He's got all of the connections. He's the guy. If you need something, that's who you go to.
If you need something, that's who you go to. And would you say that him and the warden just might have a little connection too?
Depends. I don't know who the new warden is, um, but at the time whenever I first started, and I'll say his name, Warden Gramiak was the one that I went in front of GBI on. Uh, Now he had lots of connections with the inmates.
Mm,
Uh, I kid you not. All right, so for me, prison is supposed to be where you go to pay back your time to society for the wrongs that you have done, right?
correct.
Yeah, no, not whenever this warden was there. I kid you not. It was spring break in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Uh, there was an inmate band. I don't know how the heck he got funding for it or whatnot, but they had new instruments. There was a huge block party out in the middle of the yard. Uh, you talking about all the food that you could ever want? Yeah, it was definitely Miami springtime.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep.
But
Um,
like I said, he was getting paid. And I'll tell you right now, if you look it up for inmates' rights here in Georgia, the last I saw it was on Facebook. He is actually the leader of that group.
are you talking about the Human Coalition?
I'm not 100%. It was called inmates' rights. Uh,
Okay.
Back whenever I found it out, I kid you not, he actually messaged my wife. This is after we had left, and when we looked up the page to see exactly what was going on, it said Tom Gramiak as the leader. So I sent him a message and told him to take his dirty tail on somewhere. I'm not sorry about that.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. For those who just came into the live, this is Big Miz from the zoo, and I'm speaking to a ex-correctional officer that was at Ware State Prison in Waycross, Georgia. But we're coming to the end of this interview. Y'all will have to go back and check it out once it's posted. I want to thank you for your time, and just want to let you know that I think that you're very brave for going in there, you know what I'm saying, handling your business, sticking to how you wanted to run your show, and actually going through it without breaking or folding and getting out of there alive, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you, and you can tell your wife, good job too. Thank you all, and please be safe, and hopefully we can do this again. All right?
All right, just one more thing. For again, anybody that's heading to prison, do your time. Don't make it hard. If you're there, just write it out. Don't do anything stupid. If you're a CEO, do your research beforehand because it's not always in your best interest.
Mm, no doubt. No doubt. And thank you. Thank you all for coming through and checking us out. This is your boy Big Miss from the Zoo. Please, y'all come in. Y'all can like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. You take it easy. You have a good day, sir. All right.
All right, everybody, have a great day.
All right. Later. Now officially live, and just for the record, for the video, you know what I'm saying? You want to state your name and who you are and all that?
My name's Shahid. I'm from Philly. I'm out here in the A right now visiting and stuff.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, so what we about to get into? What we doing right now?
Man, we're gonna talk about pretty much. We're gonna do like a little Q&A, man. Pretty much just go on details. Get the community, get everybody caught up to what's going on down in the chain gang out here in Atlanta, man, in Georgia, Department of Corrections.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, like when it comes to like the whole like prison content and all that, like what you be getting for that and who you be watching and all that, like what's going on?
Man, I kind of be studying, different little people, man. But I kind of want to start getting the real truth on what's really going on down here, man. I feel like everybody got their own way on how to explain their stories, man. But I want the right and correct stories to get out there so we can help the young community to stay up out of there, man.
Yeah, that's a fact, and that's really kind of like what I do, even though I kind of like what they would say that I go for shock value or whatever
Right.
like that. Like I try to put what's really real in their face. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's best to do that, man, because when you telling these stories, man, you want to be as sincere as possible, man, because you want people to really understand what's going on and what mistakes not to make, so they don't wind up down that same path.
yeah, that's a natural fact.
You know,
That is a
that's that.
natural fact.
This not really this. We not doing this to get views. We not doing this to get clout. We doing this so people can stay their ass up out of the chain game, man. There's better movements out here to do, man. Than we going in that in the system. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's
cause
a
one,
fact.
cause once you go in the system, it's hard to get the fuck out, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. The slightest thing, man. The slightest thing. You know.
Yeah, like I like what I do now. Like since I've been out, I do a lot of reporting on what's going on in the chain gang today, right?
Right. Okay.
And when I get these situations past my table and I'm looking at it, I'm always like telling these different platforms about another unaliving. You know what I'm saying? People is dying every other day. I
Right.
mean, and I think that's the important message that they need to know. Like when you go
Yep.
down the road, it ain't likely that you might come back out. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. That's a fact. Cause you're gonna
Yeah,
have to defend yourself being in there. You're gonna have to defend yourself. You may go in there with the slightest charges and be in there with murders and lifers that's never coming home. You know.
yeah.
Like the system down in Georgia is fucked up, man. What you? I got a question for you. Oh, I got a question for you. What you think the biggest difference of the prison system down south and the prison system up north? What would you say the difference is?
I'm gonna say the ignorance level.
Okay.
Like up north doing time, like it's actually a good thing for you to be smart. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing for you to read and get knowledge and do something up here. You know what I'm saying? Just like yeah, we into getting our weight up and we come home looking different and all that.
Right.
But
Right.
it's also a good thing to be smart.
Right.
And that's not real heavy in the chain gang.
At all.
Yeah, that's not really a thing that people be really going for. Like the majority of them is like, yo, who's the wildest? Who got the craziest story? Who pour
Who
out
got
the
the best? Who got the best numbers? That's what they go off of down here. Who got the best numbers? You know what I mean? So what you would say about some of these camps that's not a level 5 down in Georgia Department of Corrections? What's your opinion about the camps that's supposed to be medium, but those are the ones that seem to be more outrageous than the level 5 camps? What's your opinion about that?
Um, I'm gonna say like at one point in time, like if you were at a minimum or medium security camp, they
Mhm.
called these the sweet camps because
Right,
these are the camps that all the women get hired at, or
right,
you're getting like a food source from a different place, like in some of their private camps or county camps, like
right, right, right,
you're good there. But now that they know that people can get work in and they getting it in real heavy or whatever,
right,
like people are turning up, and then some of these dudes that have been causing a ruckus are now getting some of their securities dropped, and then they landing in these prisons, and then they want to kick up and take stuff over or
right, right,
whatever
right.
the case may be. Yeah,
So
and
do
then
you
it
feel
gets
like
messed up.
so do you feel like the GDC is actually putting people where they should actually be placed at, or they just got people all over the place, all around Georgia?
Oh, they're not. They're terrible at placement.
They terrible.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
terrible at placement. Like I remember just reporting like a month ago, this young boy came to Valdosta State Prison where I was at, and I think his sister said he was there for 12 days, and uh, they killed him. You know what I'm saying? He was there for 12 days, and they killed him. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
had a short sentence, just like I did. I had a short sentence. They still sent me to Valdosta, to Ware, to Smith. Like you don't supposed to do nothing like that, but they
Nah,
did.
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Especially if it's your first offense, I feel like they should send them to maybe like a camp like Coastal or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where they actually have it set up like the military. But you know,
Yeah.
you coming home, and most people that go there, they usually try to do their little time and keep it pushing, so they don't wind up at a level 5 in a longer sentence. You know.
See, at Coastal State Prison, like when I came through there, that was a diagnostics, right?
Okay. Okay.
And then they started talking about doing a lifers program and sending a whole bunch of lifers there and try to get them acclimated with talking to the youth, hoping that they can get them to a point where they can trust civilians coming in and listening to their stories and stuff like that. But I
Right.
think something went wrong somewhere through there because they hired some CERT team members and they started abusing their authority down there
Okay.
and start busting some people up.
Okay. Mm. Do you think they do that kind of stuff up there, up top, man? When it comes to them upstate prisons, man, do the guards be nasty like that towards the civilians or people in general?
Yeah, you got some like when they put you up in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like they go up north, they be in the mountains and stuff like that. And yeah, you got these hick type people or whatever, but they got a certain type of control going on. They don't have a lack of staffing. You know what I'm saying? They'll be at your neck.
Right. I see what you're
Yep.
saying.
You know?
So it's like, so do you feel like it's a little worse doing your bid out there in the mountains or deep down in the country somewhere?
I'm gonna say well, it depends. Really, it depends on you. Like for me, the South.
The South,
It's
you feel like it's
yeah,
worse?
yeah,
You think they still got that backyard old school chain gang mentality on how they got their shit set up?
yeah.
Like they run it like all like how they run their system in Mississippi. I don't know if you ever looked at how Mississippi prison system is. It's real bad, man.
Yeah, all of the South prisons is kind of like running off the same element of this chain gang thing, but some of them be deeper than others. Like when you get to the point where they got you doing labor, getting up early in the morning, coming back at sundown, and you're
Right.
not getting paid anything, they're giving you $0, then you know you in the effed up camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
at
wonder.
times it's
So
a little
you
bit
so
hard.
you get paid. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. So you get paid in the system up top.
Yeah, yeah. They
Okay.
give you
Okay.
something like to survive, enough to survive. But in Georgia, they not giving you nothing.
They're
The
not giving
survive
you
thing,
nothing.
they don't really care about that.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
that's,
they run their system down south like supposed to be like pre-military style. I don't know if it's like that up.
yeah. They try it. At one point, matter of fact, when I was in Baldwin State Prison, in order for us to get commissary, you know what I'm saying? When they had me trying to go through this little boot camp thing, thinking I was going to go home early, they had me remembering like 20 presidents. I had to say their name in order from when they got presidency just to get commissary. You know what I'm saying? And we're learning all this type of stuff, marching, singing cadence and stuff
All
like
that
that.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what's the purpose of doing that though.
um, is to get you like really they say to get some discipline in you. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? But I think more of it is like a control factor.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, cause I mean, like if that was the case, it would have been working. If it was, if you know, if it was structured for real,
Yeah, yeah, that's a
you
fact.
know,
I mean,
But
and once you
I
figure
wonder.
out nobody's bigger than the program, then you'll get with it. You feel what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Right.
Especially if it's something that's working, it's a moving force. But it's
Okay.
not. It's definitely not.
I wonder how they be able to even keep that rhythm still going with the staff, with them not even having a lot of staff like that. Cause I know they supposed to have like a shortage or something like that
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't even think that they're kind of reporting the problems that they're having. Like
Okay.
letting people know, like, yo, this jail right here, or this chain gang should be closed down because we don't even got enough people. You know what I'm saying to secure all the inmates, so the stabbing is going crazy, and we can't
Right.
keep
Right.
up.
Right.
Yeah, they not telling them.
What camp you think is the most outrageous currently right now in Georgia?
Um, I'm
Cause
gonna
every
I'm gonna say probably still Valdosta State Prison,
okay,
Hancock, and Jackson.
Jackson. What about like Hayes, Telfair, any of those camps?
Hayes, it got stuff going on. Um, I just heard about a situation in Dooley. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, but Telfair, I'm not. I don't really hear too much out of Telfair, but I know at one point it was biting there. I know that.
Yeah, yeah. That a lot of people were saying that. A lot of people ain't want to go there or Macon or I think Macon and it's one more. Valdosta for sure, for
Hmm.
sure, man. Valdosta for sure, man. But yeah, man. I mean, so a few more questions in regards to the GDC, man. Like, how you feel about it being a lot of young guys versus old heads going in? What can we do to kind of stop the young guys from going into the system, man? Realistically, man, because I know people see this or hear this question a lot, man. But I really want people to take heed because the numbers in there, man, is crazy, man. And the numbers that they giving these young guys is ridiculous, man. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact.
Cause it's
And
like at the end of the day, they young and they getting. By the time they come out, they gonna be old as hell.
oh
You know what I mean? Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got you. I got you. I got you.
Exactly. I think like for the most part, the influence that they're getting from whatever social media platform that they can find some music at, or the people that's getting the money, the people that's getting the money and coming on to these social media platforms, turning the camera on and saying, "Yeah, this is how I got it," or "This is how I get it." They're paying attention to that. And be like, "Yo, I want to get it just like him." You know Like he having
Right.
his way. His girls in the background. He showing all his bread. He wearing all this ice. He driving these cars and all that. Like they want the
Right.
same thing, but they don't know that these people actually was working to get this stuff. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
they don't show that grind like that. And they just act like, yo, it came easy, or I spent the block to get this, and a lot of that stuff get into their head. Like this dude is saying he was spinning. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about
Yeah.
spinning the blocks until they get dizzy type thing, and I
Mm.
want to do that too. I mean,
Mm.
and don't know at the end of that spinning, you know what I'm saying? The judge gonna leave you spinning. You know what I'm saying? So like they gotta wake up. They have to.
That's a fact. So, what are some things you could tell people that's going through some things and got a loved one that's going to the system, man? What are some things you could probably say for them, or advice you can
Um,
give them?
if you have a loved one that actually you go to court and you see them get sentenced to 30 years or better, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know that it didn't hit that person at the time. Like once they start talking that judicial talk and they're sentencing you and going through all these documents and saying they giving you 20 for this, life for this, or you are now numb. You don't hear none of that stuff. You're standing there and you can hear something's going on, but you're disconnecting. I mean, some people don't get that they got that time until they get down the road and been there for a minute, and then they realize, like, yo, hold up, hold up, I'm about to be here for life. Like, and you gotta really be patient with your loved one because they're gonna be going through some things. Like, from when they come into the prison system, especially in Georgia, where everybody is testing you. So you're going to get in there. You might have to prove who you are, or some people get down with different sets and gangs and organizations just even to live. And you
Right.
got to
Right.
know
Right.
that they're now in a very, very different world than outside the society.
Outside. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's a fact, man.
what are some things you can give advice on for the guys that's on the way to a diagnostic?
Um, mm, I would say to pay close attention to the people that you're going to sit in front of through the diagnostic process, talking about your level and where you're going. Make sure you let them know anything, like if you have something medically wrong with you, let them know, express it so you can get to the right camps. Don't just say that you're good wherever and you, yeah, I'm good at doing this and I'm good at doing that, and then they send you somewhere where you actually don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Right. Right.
sit up there
Right.
and stick your chest out coming into that place, man, because they're not going for it. They're gonna test. They're gonna test whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
they got a thing where they saying Peter, Paul, and try them all. So like, don't do it to yourself.
Right. Right. Right.
Don't do it to yourself. Go in there, put your head down, listen, pay attention, and start using your senses because definitely you're gonna need them. You're gonna need those ears to listen and them eyes to watch everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
Right. It's a fact. It's a fact. What's your advice for the guys or the brothers that's coming home that just did their time?
Um, for the most part, I would tell the brothers to take their time, give themselves a chance.
Hmm.
You don't have to jump in the race. People that been working on a career or a job the whole time you've been locked up 10 years or 10 years plus or whatever, or even 7. Don't think you got to catch up with them. Do things at your own pace. Get all your credentials together and like give yourself a chance. Like jump out there and give yourself a chance out there, man. I mean, and don't
How,
stress about the light things.
how long does it usually take? You probably this is a difficult question right here, but it's a good question, man. How long does it take for people to actually be acclimated once they come back into society from out of the chain gang? How much time should you give yourself alone before you start being around people?
Um, it kind of depends on the person.
Okay.
because you can go to the chain gang and you can be in a low level camp where it's sweet to death and you going out that gate and you're still talking to people out in the free world. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you're getting information, you're hip to a whole bunch of stuff. So you can just kind of just jump out there, go get your birth certificate, social security card, ID, and all that. Then you're going doing resumes and trying to get you a job real quick.
Right.
Some
What
other
kind of?
individuals, yeah, what's up?
No, my bad. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. You was
You know,
talking.
I would say some other individuals that's coming out of these level 5 camps and they've been like traumatized and dehumanized and all that. And there like is a big disconnect. I think you have to like do some self indulging and really dig into yourself and know that you can trust people standing near you. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be tweaking and trying to be too on point and all that. Like you gotta really kind of let leave the chain gang in the chain gang once you come out. You have to.
Right. What about being connected with folks still in the chain gang? Do you think people should leave people where they at in there, or should they keep in contact? Solid.
Um, I would have to say that if you met somebody in there, y'all got a bond where y'all tight for real. Like it's good to show that person that you ain't forgot them. I mean,
Okay.
and that's if you got love for that person because
Right. Right.
I've
Right.
been connecting with people for like 20 years. I mean, that's still in the chain gang doing life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, I see what you're saying. So like when it comes to that kind of stuff, like do you feel comfortable with telling people, when you exactly supposed to be getting out, when people got time in there? How you feel about telling when somebody asks you when how much time you got? Is that a tricky question to answer to people?
Um, I wouldn't say that's a good idea to do. Like, when it comes to that type of like personal, that's your personal business, but you just in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And while you handling your personal business, you're looking forward to seeing loved ones and getting acclimated back out in society and getting things
Right.
together. It's a lot of people down the road that's not going to get that chance. So don't go even talking about it. You can talk about it being nice. Say, man, I'm about to get out and I can't believe this. You can do all that. You still gonna have them niggas mad as hell at you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what? I'll take your place. Matter of fact, I'll kill you to take your place. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, like,
So how
don't do that.
what's the proper way to answer that question when somebody asks you like, yo, what you in here for? How much time you got? What's the
Um,
proper way?
the proper way to answer. Uh, it's either like to be for real. You give them as less information as you can. Like if you was out there playing with some toys or something, or you was trapping or doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can be like, yo, I was getting my hands dirty out there, you know what I'm saying? And I got a
Right.
little bit of time, like I gotta just do a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
just
Right.
leave
Right.
that
Right.
alone. Like if they digging, be like, well, how much? You know, like what? Like what you mean how much? Like yeah,
But
we
they
we
but
not
they got a way of finding out anyway though, right? Because they ask like an officer or a guard or something like that.
yeah. If they're really inquisitive and they want to find out what's going on with you, it's ways to find out your government name and then look you up on the
Right.
GDC, and they'll know when you came into the system, all that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
So
Yeah, I know GDC website give you the whole breakdown.
yeah,
They give you
that's
the
a
whole
fact.
breakdown. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. That
Yes,
whole
yes,
shit.
it is. Yes, it is. I just read um, right before we went live, an individual just died at Hancock, right?
Hancock.
Yeah, and they said his cellie took his life or whatever. And
Mm.
I'm saying that like too much. Like that's going
Make,
on too much though.
I remember you saying one thing in one of your videos in regards to always know who your cellmate gonna be because that's where you gonna lay your head at.
Yeah, that's a
Ask
fact.
around, ask people around, ask questions. I remember you saying that, and that's a fact.
Yeah,
But what if
trying
the
to.
guard? What if the officer recommend you go into a certain cell? Then how do you respond with that? You got to tell them. You got to put yourself on the door.
Nah, like if you come into a dorm, you take your property out that buggy, and then they bringing you into a dorm. Like first, if this like the CERT team bringing you into a dorm,
Right.
you got to know that you are going into a dorm that's on fire. You know what I'm saying?
If
And
the
they
search
just
team take you,
yeah, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So
And what's that?
so even you will walk by yourself, or you'll be escorted with the search team.
Nah, you can be walking with a CO1 or a CO2, and then they'll be bringing you to the Sally Port, and then the officer in
Okay.
the booth, like telling them where you gonna be at, what room, and all that, and then they gonna pop the door and you going in. But if the CERT team is bringing you, they're just trying to ask this Thunderdome or this bad dorm, like, is this dude even okay? Is he gonna be straight, or do we gotta run back down here in 15 minutes because y'all done poured him out? You know what I'm saying?
Like, and so do they real deal? They pretty much put you on the spot at that point.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the spotlight on you, they asking the whole dorm. Are
yeah.
you? It's like, but so what? So what if you a civilian and people don't really know you like that? How you was like how you go through that situation? If they be
Um,
like, yeah, he good, and then they leave and then they fuck with you or
yeah,
mess with you.
they will do that. You see what I'm saying? Like they will do that. They'll say like, nah, nobody know him. We don't know him. Like he good, and you get in there, and then they coming behind you. Like it can be that, or they'll just be like, nah, we don't want him here. They putting you on the door off the rip. I mean, and they'll pull you up out of that door.
Yeah, pull you
They'll
up
pull
out of
you up
there.
out of there. Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
that's a fact.
That's a fact. So what advice you got for these young guys, man? Like the ones that's out in the streets, that's not in the system, but they going down that wrong path.
Mm. Um, I'm just gonna second the notion. Like, if they tell me, if I ask them, like, what do they do on a day-to-day basis? Like, how do they spend they
They
24?
just-
And
Right,
they tell me chilling with my homies, or we drinking, or I'm trapping, I'm doing this, that, and the third, or whatever, and
right.
I'm gonna say it back to them.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna second that notion. Like, this is what you told me you do,
right,
and then I'm gonna say it to them and see if they get it. If they don't, I'm like, what you told me is basically you're going down the wrong path. You don't know when something's gonna pop off, when you're gonna
right,
get beef with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
right.
When you might get shot or stabbed or locked up. You know what I'm saying? Because if
And
you make it big, if you're doing good and you're hustling, that means that you're growing and you're getting more work, and then you're gonna
right,
meet bigger connects, and then you can
right,
get deeper inside the chain gang. I mean,
right, right,
so
right, 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 right.
yeah,
So do you believe in that chain gang rich? Like people become chain gang rich? Do you believe that?
yeah. Some people are.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people are. Some people in the chain gang right now is chain gang rich.
they
Yep.
making more money than the guards in there.
Yep. Some.
What? I wonder when they gonna up the pay for these guards, man. Like how they expect to run the system, and they not paying their workers, man. How they expect to run the system if they not paying their workers?
I don't know, man. And I think once people get hired and they probably thought that they was going to a good job, it's going to be easy, just like babysitting and all that. I be hearing, like, once they see that you can have a real rough day in there. You know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah,
have a real rough day in there and make you feel like you not going back home. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Like
Then
it's real tense.
yeah, exactly. Then they start thinking like, yo, this job is not worth it, or I'm going to get some more money out of this. Let me hear what these inmates are talking about, and then I'm gonna try my hand. You know what I'm saying? And they can get messed up right then.
Okay, okay.
You know,
Yeah, man.
that's
And
a
you said
natural fact.
you said for have you got any updates on Varaston?
Um, No, the last thing that I heard about God also was the young dude like last month. Like they found him inside the hole. He was dead. He was probably dead for they said a couple days or whatever, and then they found him. You know what I'm saying? His body was decomposing and all that. Yeah,
Mm. So they really don't be finding bodies until like 3, 4 days later, basically.
yeah. Sometimes they catch it in 6, 7 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like
If
when
they
they
doing
can
their
spin the
rounds.
block. Yeah,
Mm.
when they can spin the block, and then they'll find that they done messed up, but they're not telling the loved ones that. They're not telling their family members that. I mean, they ain't trying to get sued or nothing like that. So they tell them what they can, try to spin the narrative.
Right. I think one of the reasons on why the system's so bad, man, is because they don't have workers, and they don't treat they people right, man. So the inmates run the system, man. On the serious note, they run the system, man.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely, definitely.
like I feel
And
like they should pay them a lot because they put their life on the line, man. Just as much as a police officer do, especially dealing with cats all day.
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact because you're around the convicted felon now all day. You know what I'm saying? Not the one thinking of doing it, the one that you convicted. You know, caught him, and now they
Right,
all together. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So yeah, yeah,
That's
that's a fact.
so it is. Man, these
That's
views
that's
going up, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe, man. I love the support, man. We love the support, man. We just trying to keep everything going, man. Get guys to, tap in and, really take this knowledge, man. This not for fun. This is to help the community, man.
yeah, that's a natural fact. I really hope people are paying attention to the guys that's actually like using these platforms as a podium and
Right,
speaking and trying to tell people what's really going on. No
right,
glorifying, no jokes and games about it. Don't
right,
make it seem like you had mad fun in there and it was laughing to you, crying moments and all that. Don't put that out there. Even if you had some good times, keep that to yourself. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Tell them the times that you were sitting there damn near ready to cry because you missed your child so much. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Or or you feeling like a straight sucker because you can't even believe your girl because you all in your head while she trying to help you. You talking about yo, who that in the background? Nah, stop playing with me, bitch. Who that in the back? All that, and that girl ain't doing
Right.
nothing but trying to help you.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let them know about those times when you were stressing your mom's out, and she's saying that she got to pay this bill. What you mean? You need $40 more and all that. Like, let them know about that. You know what I mean? Them
That's a
birthdays
fact.
that you looking at a whole bunch of strangers and you ain't around none of your peoples. You know what I mean?
No,
You feel some sort of tight way. Let them know about that. Like,
that's a fact, man.
yeah, for real, man. Because life still goes on. While you're in there, life goes on. Your family members and all that, some of them get sick. Some of them have tragic incidents or whatever. People
Right.
die while you in there. You know what I mean? And a
So,
lot of them, you ain't making it to their funeral. You know what I mean?
uh, so they don't allow you to go to funerals when you convicted.
It's immediate families. Yes, you can go to immediate families, but you gotta go through the proper channels to get this done.
Mm.
You have to. And if
But
you don't do that in a timely fashion, you're not going nowhere.
so if a facility on lockdown, they're not gonna let nobody leave.
Um, I think that will be up to the discretion of the warden of care and treatment
Okay.
to make that decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. What's what you think about people that they loved ones that see people getting extorted in the system online before they get to their phone? Like if you see a
I,
loved one with a chain on their neck
and getting walked like a dog and stuff like
and
that.
walking like a dog, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know that feeling, but I'm pretty sure it's just like they heart drop to they nuts, you know what I'm saying? And if it's women, they probably damn near passing out, going flipping through TikTok or something or YouTube, and then they see their little brother or cousin or baby father or husband or son, you know what I'm saying, in there getting tortured or tweaking out and wigging out off K2 or something like that, or some cream or something. Like you
Cream,
all
yeah,
running around looking
yeah.
stupid, they taping you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that, man. So what happened if somebody get on K2 and they wind up actually passing out? Did that person that gave it to them get charged again?
But if they died,
Yeah.
um, I would think so. I would think so. Like they're gonna investigate to try to find out who did it. But that's all
Right,
about if people start talking. Like I don't think that Cass is gonna talk unless they really get pressure put on
right,
them.
right, right. You think people done that? Like people done put themselves in
Okay,
a
so it's
situation?
people that are already overdosed off them D rugs and there. Yeah,
I see a lot of them videos too. I ain't gonna lie. The main videos I see in Georgia, man, is I see people on K2 and
yeah.
people making fun of it, man. Like, I don't know what I'd do if I seen a family member doing that, man. That's one of the most disturbing things you can see, man, because people will take that and run with it, man, and make it bigger than what it is. they see
That's a
somebody
fact.
walk, they see somebody walking around with anything on their neck, or people slapping them while they under the influence, like that'll eat me alive, man. That's something that you don't want to see nobody go through, and that's why we tell y'all young guys, man, just stay out the way, man. Stay out the way. Get you a nine to
Exactly.
five, man. Get you a career. If you is in the system, man, get you a trade while you in there so you'll have something when you get out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Have you some.
that's a
Be
fact.
already prepared, man. Be already prepared. You know, that's real talk, man.
I think it's the safest thing to do for the youth or the YNs nowadays is to find something safe to do. You know what I'm saying? Find some hobby. I say if y'all into that content creating thing,
Yeah,
platforms and show up and show out, get to your
yeah,
bread, stay focused on what you're doing. Find a job that you like to go to, so you would definitely be committed to that job. And like try to find some peace, not chaos,
that's a
not
fact.
no type of like trouble. Like, why do you want to live the life of trouble? Like, cause that's exactly what you want.
Do you think you
Like,
get any kind of peace in the system?
um, the time that I say that I had any type of peace is when I was in the hole and I learned how to adapt to being in that box by myself. Yeah, once
Is
I figured that out, then I kind of I
do you feel that's the safest thing to do when you doing the bid is to be on what is it lockdown or be in the hole? You feel like that's the safest thing to do?
um mm, I wouldn't I wouldn't say that because so many people is going to the box and they dying. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that. But if it wasn't a situation where they putting you in a room with these sleepers and all that, like then
Yeah,
you probably won't be straight. If you're in there by yourself, in that
right,
cell exactly by yourself, then it'll be only you going against you in there. You know what I mean?
right.
And then it's just a mental game from that point.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah, for real.
So they still do the sleeper thing down in the chain gang. As far as doing sleepers, that mean they just moving you camp to camp, right?
Yeah, until they find somewhere to place you. Yeah,
Okay. So is Augusta? Is that like a? Is that a medical camp?
yeah.
Augusta.
That,
That's
that's exactly what that is. That is a
okay.
medical facility. They do procedures there too, light procedures.
Okay. When
They
you
getting
say light,
treated. What's
my
up?
bad. No, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Nah, I was gonna say they do light procedures there, as in like things that they can handle on that level, and then if it's like surgery and something heavy, then you go to a general hospital. But they're getting treated badly there too,
Oh
because
yeah.
I reported a situation where one of the nurses was getting angry with one of the guys that was not performing correctly because he was handicapped, and she was
Mm,
beating. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So
crazy. What? It
yeah,
was a nurse, or you said an officer? It was a nurse.
nurse, nurse,
Oh,
yeah,
that's messed up right there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah, for real.
So
Like, who do you
what's
trust then?
so what's the number one thing you hate seeing coming across your phone that's regarding GDC, man?
Um, when it's a young individual and they say, send our condolences to the family of this person that could not take it anymore because of his time and he took his own life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, yo, like, it's like that's kind of crazy because you got to kind of go extra hard
Right.
in there to take your own life. You got to do some
Yeah.
drastic stuff, hang there for a minute. You got to do some things, you know what I'm saying, to take yourself up out of here.
So what you think is worse, going on the TER program or being at High Max?
Mm. Well, it's both kind of the same thing. You behind the door, but it's just one is longer, like a longer stint than the other one. So like, but I would say being on high max because that's solitude for real. That's solitude for real.
You you think that's what mainly the suicides go on that?
Um, I don't know. I never really heard too many people on high max like taking themselves out. They
Yeah.
be trying to see if they can survive those years that they got back there.
And
I mean,
you can't get no visitation on High Max at all.
nah, that ain't going on. Like if it's probably like some legal type of situation, you might be getting some type of special visit lawyer or something like if something is going on in those regards. But nah, you just ain't coming out getting no privilege. You know what I'm saying? That's a privilege to the inmates there.
Have you ever seen anybody with a case that's with no parole? Like, is it possible to get parole? If you get life without parole, is it possible to get it? Oh, that's exactly
Like
what
them
it be.
turning it over, them
Yeah.
um hmm, who did I see? It was a couple individuals, man. Like I know it was one old head, like, but he was damn near ready for the senior citizen home at this time, but he went and
Yeah.
gave the time back, and he got
Okay.
out. You know what I'm saying? And then Barking, when he went home, like that stopped the whole big yard when they
Yeah.
called Barking. Yeah, everybody was calling him while he running the yard, and he been fighting to get himself out. He got a lot of other people out, but when they
Mm-hmm.
was calling him to pack it up, that he was going, like
Yeah.
I remember he was running on the yard, and people calling him, trying to stop him. And he like, "What's up?" And once they told him to go to the officer, and the officer saying like, "Yo, you're about to go,"
Mm-hmm.
it was like they just turned his whole TV on mute and everything. He was just standing there,
Yeah.
like
That's
looking,
crazy work. That's
like
crazy.
you just said something that stopped his world. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
I'm about to, like I don't even know what you're saying, type of
Hmm.
thing. And
Right.
they going up, hugging him. Yo, King, you going home, baby? You going home?
Hmm.
He just standing there, like looking, like
Like
I
shocked.
was like, yeah, I'm looking at him like, yo, wow, those words just shell shocked that man. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
like
Like,
what?
I'm standing there for a minute, huh?
So when they do stuff like that, that mean you got a lawyer working on your case when
You
you get
can
like.
have somebody working on your case, but he was doing it by himself, going back and forth to habeas corpus court and trying to give that time back, and he finally gave it back.
Okay. So
But he
what?
he
What?
did he did a baby life sentence though.
Okay. So
Yeah,
like when you do life without parole, it's no expiration date on when you getting out. Basically,
nah, not at all. Life
that mean you
without, that's exactly what that is.
life without.
Out.
That mean you got no time, no day of ever seeing the actual real life, like the real world no more. Damn,
Yeah,
that's crazy,
exactly.
man. That's messed up. I can't
Yup.
even imagine like so like that's something serious. Like how do you prepare yourself for some a situation like that? Like that'll
You
make you go crazy, don't it? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, some of them are going crazy down there.
Like they ain't gonna never get out. Like like it ain't no
Exactly.
beating that. It ain't no beating that. It's just that like I mean I don't know what make them give people life on parole. You gotta have a history or something, or just some charges
Um,
they just.
they have like it's this bulletin. Like when like a lot of the camps, it can be in a hallway, it can be on a walkway right by administration. It's a bulletin, and it's gonna have the deadly sins on it,
Okay.
and it show you exactly what's gonna get you life and life without.
And it's only a few that ain't gonna give you that. That's gonna give you life without parole.
Yeah, it's I think it's like there's seven deadly sins, but I don't want to get messed up with the number of them. But I know it
Okay.
said deadly sins, and then it started with grape, then like aggravated sodomy, and then
Okay.
like capital murder or murder one,
What
and
kind of murders are those? When you say
that's
capital.
when it's like something that you planned this out. I mean, and so you knew that you was gonna do it. So it's called premeditated.
Right.
Like you figured out when that person was coming, or that you already had the jammy on. You already knew what you was about to do. You was waiting on them. I mean, so yeah, they get that. Get that.
So anything like armed robbery, those don't count.
On robbery can get you a dub. It can get you a dub. Yeah,
Those shit's that different.
yeah. On robbery can get you a dub if you did something in that on robbery, like with an Aggie behind that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Or attempted M behind that. Oh, they gonna roof you. You
they
out of
gonna
there.
roof you.
Yeah.
So like when you get life on parole, that mean that they've been working on your case for a minute before they made a decision.
Nah, you just gotta come in with the right charges. You know what I'm saying? The right combination, and then they gonna lock your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. All you gotta do is come in with the right combination. Then they gonna you gone.
You gone.
Yeah, that's a natural fact.
Do they got the seven deadly sins in Jersey or Philly?
Um, do they? I don't know if they promote it. Like they might have charges that like automatic life. You know what I'm saying? Automatic life without. But it's been a lot of different situations where I heard like somebody take another person's life out in Jersey, and they
Uh,
get under 15 years.
yeah, I done heard that before too.
You know what I mean, so
I done
it
heard that
kind of
before too.
is what it
So
is.
they
Like you
system,
do
they
that.
they don't run it like that up top. They don't run their system like how it is in Georgia.
Oh nah,
So
nothing
do
like.
so do you think Georgia run their system like Texas?
Um, I don't know. I don't know too much about how Texas does their sentencing.
Okay. I know they got the electric chair though. I know they got that. They got the electric chair for sure.
Yeah, for the people on death row.
Hmm.
Yeah, some of the states, these red states, they have that for you. You know what I'm saying? They got that in
Yeah,
place for
they
you.
I don't understand it, man. They ain't got it up there in New York, Philly or Jersey. I know that.
And like a lot of people not going for it, but a lot of the more red states, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just
Yeah,
keep that fair
yeah.
on that line. They're about that. They're about that, and because they know who they usually doing it to, they know what they usually do. You know what I'm saying? They know what they usually do, and it's sad to say, but they know what they usually do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a natural fact, man.
So what kind of information you had? Got some updates about where state today?
About where?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah, yeah.
it wasn't where. It was Hancock. It was
Hancock. Okay.
yeah, Hancock State Prison. Um, I'm actually going to go ahead and do the little report for it and put it on to TikTok, and then I'm gonna bring it on to YouTube. I mean,
Okay.
and put that out there for the young man. Like it's crazy work because they're trying to stop the Human Rights Coalition from receiving these videos and stuff like that of the attacks that be happening in there. They're trying to shut it down so nobody will know exactly what's going on in the chain gang. They want to kind
So
of like
what?
close that information.
So they reaching out to YouTube or something or?
Nah, they're trying to go at that business or that non-profitable organization directly. Like they
You
trying
talking
to
about the
shut
people
it
that
down.
be getting the 911 calls?
Nah, they don't get the 911 calls. They're getting like tapes or recordings off of people's cell phones from the actual inmates.
Oh
And like,
wow.
yo, this is what's going down in here. We need help in here. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
usually it's probably a civilian trying to help some people out. You know what I mean?
Do
And send it to them.
you think it's a lot of civilians in there?
What, in a chain
They're
gang?
more than yeah. Far as like people that's already affiliated or with different organizations, you feel like it's more civilians.
Yeah, it's a lot of civilians. A whole bunch of them. A whole bunch. A whole bunch. You know what I mean? It's definitely a lot of civilians.
People
And
being
that's
told people being told not to join the organizations. That's probably why. You know.
yeah, if they're smart, they'll know not to put more rules on yourself. Like, why would you go into a place full of rules and regulations and then put
Right.
more rules on yourself? Like now, you got to listen to the COs and all that, and listen to the inmates too. Tell you what to do.
Right.
Nah, you can't do that. Yo, we gonna DP you. Matter of fact, come upstairs real quick and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like nah,
I
that's
feel like,
crazy work. Yeah.
yeah, I'm getting chastised up in this piece where they closing my eyes, splitting my eyebrows and breaking my nose, chipping my teeth and all that because I messed up on something. Like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
I wonder
That
why.
it's a no.
I wonder what's the principles. What you would say that a solid 10 principles is in the chain gang, or a solid five.
Principles.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna say this when it comes to principles, right? These are just things that you're gonna put in front of you. These are laws that you're gonna put in front of you. So,
Right.
like, if you had some good principles, you would know not, even if your stomach is touching your bro, and you know you're gonna eat tomorrow,
Right.
get water. You know what I'm saying? Fill your stomach
Right.
up with water because
Right.
going and asking people for stuff
Right. I
that
remember
ain't
you
a
explaining
principle.
that to me. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, no matter how hard it is or the time that you got and you think that your lower desires starting to supersede your intellect and
Right.
now you want a woman so bad that you start looking at the next closest thing.
Yeah.
Now have some principles, you know what I'm saying, about yourself. if
That's a
you're
fact.
going around and you don't want to be tested by everybody and being a pushover and people bothering you all the time, you're going to have to fend for yourself and show people, even if you got to tell them, like, yo, don't play with me. Like,
Right.
I'm here to do my time, don't play with me. You got to put some principles out
So,
there.
so, let me ask you this: what about them guys that we was just talking about that's doing life without parole? What's your advice with them? Cause they'll never get to see an outside woman, and if they're not married, I'm not sure how it works.
Um, I'm going to say, like, we know that it's level 5 camps, it's high max, but we also know it's medium and minimum security camps. If you stay out of harm's way, stay out of trouble, stop getting DRs, disciplinary reports, and all that. Every 6 months, they look and review your conduct, and then they drop your points down so you can get lower in your security. Then you can now get around some women. If you slick enough and you want it that bad, get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Get your penmanship right, or your talk game, and make sure
Yeah.
your conversation is good, and start spitting it at these women that's coming into these jobs, even to start getting your mind right. I mean, or
Right.
if you can get in contact with somebody that has a phone, you know what I'm saying? They got a jack in there, and you're like, yo, let me use that skateboard real quick. I want to handle some effed up business, and he your peoples and let you go in there. Go ahead and look at some. And I'm not saying that this is good, you know what I'm saying? Because I know this is like kind of like immorality, but
Right.
go and look at one of them tapes with the women on there and go ahead
Right.
and get right. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
right. Yeah.
Use your
Yeah.
imagination to
Yeah.
get real right. To, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
to
Right. Right.
one of these chicks that's coming in there say that they overly going for you, they overly easy, and
Yeah.
get her, get her on your team, start the hug and then the kissing, and maybe you'll get something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right. Right.
you gotta try your hand. You got
Right.
to,
Right.
and I
Got to.
know that it's possible.
Yeah. Right.
Like this
That's
is
a
something
fact.
that
That's
I know is possible,
how
not
long.
impossible.
How long does it take them guys to understand that they're gonna be in there the rest of their life? You think you're hitting them soon as that judge tell them that?
No, of course not. Of course not. I had a young dude that was in my cell. He didn't even tell me that he had life. You know what I'm saying? Until he
Damn.
felt that I was cool enough for him to trust me to talk to me about it. And he was there already for like 2.5 years or something like that. And I was pushing 3. I was on my way out the door, and I
Right.
remember um, he was talking to me or whatever, and then he turned his head. He started listening to his music. He's bobbing his head. Then I guess he started listening to something different. Then he took the headphones off and he had it around his neck. And he was like, yo, and I was like, yo, what's up? He was like, yo, bro, how much I got a life, man? And I was like, how much you got to do on life? And the answer went right through my mind as soon as he asked me. I was like, life, nigga. Like, but I
It's
didn't
like
even want to, I didn't even want to tell him that.
right, yeah, cause
You know what I'm
it's like
saying?
you're not never getting home. Yeah, you're not never coming home. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
like
and he's just asking after being there for 2.5 years. Like, yo, like really, he's really asking me like OG,
so
what's
they'll
going
never let
on
you
with me?
out. Like even if you do like 40 years, they still not gonna let you out.
Life without the possibility of parole.
Yeah,
You can like if they have a set time, right? And they
yeah,
say life is 25 to 30, right?
okay.
If they do that, this is what you're going to be looking forward to inside the prison. So if whoever comes back to this video, please listen up. This is what they're going to do to you. If they choose to give you a life sentence, just the L, just a elbow, they gave you life, right? They're going to give you another one, right?
Mm,
They're going to make sure that they stack this deck real good. So if you try 10 to 15 years trying to give that life sentence back and then you give it back, and you was at like 27 years old, then you got 37, now you're 42, boom, you gave that back. Now you got to do another one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And you go try and go habeas corpus court, they might keep denying you, sending you back until you do like 15 more years. Then like, yo, good. You like, all right, so now I gotta get this 17 years back, this 18 years, and this 30 piece. They know you're gonna die before you accomplish it.
Yeah, that's crazy work, man.
Yeah, they
So
got
it's
that for you all day.
so they gonna keep hitting you with. So basically, you just not gonna never come home. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter
Yeah,
how old you is.
they set it up that way. Like
But
if
you
you
been
find
had to do.
loopholes, if you
So
find
like you.
loopholes in the case, you know what I
So if
mean,
you
you still ain't.
if you do life without parole, you eventually gonna touch that electric chair.
If you're doing life without parole, no, no, that's not true. Like if if you get sentenced to death, that's when you going that way.
What's the difference of sentence to death or life without parole?
Um, one of them is you're going to walk off the time until you die. The other one is saying, "Yo, we're going to kill you." You know what I'm saying? So you
Mm.
just sit in that cell until that day come, and we're going to kill you. I mean, like it's a murderer in the building. Like he's there, whether it's a doctor
Yeah.
or whoever that presses that lever or puts that injection in you or whatever. That murderer is in the building, and he
Hmm.
killing cats all the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they
Yeah.
just get him together on that date. I guess they give you a little meal or something. You can speak a little bit or do a prayer, and then yeah, then they gonna take your life.
It's over with. Once they put, so they really not gonna stop that. That's something that they been doing for years.
Yeah, they're satisfied with how that's going. You know what I'm saying? They're satisfied.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
That's
man, I ain't
electric.
know. But they not that. I wonder why they only set that up in the South though, man. They ain't doing that in none of them other little states. They only got
Yeah,
that going on down south.
yeah. People actually kind of like vote that in. You know what I'm saying? That's the people's choice.
You talking
That's
about like the commissioner or like people in general?
like it has to go through like a voting process. You know what I'm saying? Before it's brought to legislation and people are bringing it to the government where they're saying, "All right, we're passing this law in this state for the death penalty and stuff like that." Like they gotta go with the masses. Like it's gonna be a voting type of thing going on, and then it gets put on their table, and then they kind of like debate it too. Like the Democrats and the Republicans, they debate it too, and then once they make it a thing, it's gonna be
Right.
a thing.
So like, how much time they let you sit before they put you in an electric chair?
Um, I don't know if they kind of like line them up like from the person that's been there the longest. I'm like, all right, he's next, and then the one that came at them, he's next. Like people got different dates because some people is back there fighting it too.
What you mean, like they restrain you if you don't come up? Like,
Nah, they're fighting it legally.
mm,
And they got people right in the state and everything. Like they trying to help these people out in those regards. And some people are back there telling like the staff, like, "Yo, y'all can go ahead and do me now. Like I don't want to be here no more." You know what I'm saying? And they just not bringing them up. Like it don't go that way. I don't
they
know
don't
how
go
they
that way.
set up,
Set
how
up.
they line you up, but
Do they let your family see you before they do it?
um I don't know, but I thought I overheard somebody say that a family member or family members came up and looked through some type of glass or something at that person at the
Mm,
time. You know what I'm saying? Before the situation happened, they don't let them see it happening to them, but they
that's
see them.
crazy, man.
And
That's
then hold
crazy.
on,
It's a
Yup.
little different, man.
So
You
have some
feel?
people been asking some questions? Hold up. That's a great question, and it's simple. Can't stop it. Every young nigga living the same lifestyle. All that. Dang, we missed a lot of.
A lot of questions, man. There's some good questions that's on there too. I ain't want to like stop the conversation while in the middle, you know.
Nah, you could definitely did that at any time. Read that inmate manual. So you better read that inmate manual. Alabama corrections is wild too. Uh, them carry states got it. Y'all like going to clubs because I'm over these shits. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. There was an inmate in Ware that had millions on his books. He was a hitman for a motorcycle club. I heard about that person. Hick Ox family. Uh, Gucci bandana. Big Miz from what up? What up? What you got to get into something out?
No, not yet, not
Oh,
yet.
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
back, I'm back. Yeah, man. There's a lot of some good comments in there.
Yeah, I was just looking over some of them or whatever. If y'all have any questions, y'all can throw the questions at us right now. You know what I'm saying? While y'all on here, you need to link up with Charlie Global and do an interview with each other.
Who said that? Who said that, man? What they say?
Gino Guilford said that.
Oh man, hold on. I'm trying to look. Gino Guilford. Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. Hey man, I told you. I told you. You think I'm BSing, man? You need to. I agree with you, Gino. You should do it, man. For real, man. You should, man. I think you should.
Yo, Gino, you can go to um Charlie Global's page, go to Block G's page and look through his lives, and you'll see me on an interview with him already. And you tell me how that went. You know what I mean? And you come back and you let me know. Check that out though. But yeah, that's ironic right there.
That's crazy, isn't it? Hey
Yeah,
man. Oh man.
yeah, that's pretty
Trying to tell
ironic
you.
right
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, I'm telling you for a reason, man. It'll be good. It'll
there.
be good.
I'm on a certain path where I don't do no doubling back. Not on nothing too crazy, but I
Right.
mean that's a little
But you
heavy.
said that's their flavor. That ain't your flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm already know.
like for all the dudes that's doing the Georgia prison content, you know what I'm saying? Like to all them, like they good.
Right. Look.
Let's keep on putting
Right.
that information out there, especially if you're dedicating all this for like motivation for change, like to help people out and to forewarn these cats of the dangers inside the prison. Like I'm all for that, no matter how you're displaying your story and how you giving it up. I
Right.
mean, it's just that I know I
Right.
had a different walk than majority
Right.
of them, and that's why I tell my story. I mean, yeah, for sure,
So,
for sure. Let me see.
man, you got a lot of comments in here though.
Um,
It's a lot.
I'm saying if you see something that you can
Yeah.
pinpoint that we can speak about, then go ahead.
Gee,
Yeah, it's a whole lot
well,
that
yeah.
we passed.
Man, we had it was about like 20 views a little minute ago. There was some people up there.
Yeah. How do inmates purchase goods contraband from outside, inside, cigarettes and stamps, currency, but you can't use them and buy anything in the outside world? Oh, it's ways to buy stuff, to purchase your stuff. Like everything is kind of like on fire though. You know what I'm saying? They handle business inside. That's how that works. I mean, but you got to be inside to even worry about that. I mean, that's a light thing. People are getting unalived every day about coming up short. You know what I'm saying? With those piece of papers with the numbers on it. You heard? So
Oh, stamps get you a long way in the chain game, huh?
I'm saying they used to.
So
They
how
used
people they still send kites or they still write letters? People still write letters? Or not really?
to. I'm saying, yeah, some people do. Some people do. Some people have to. Like, it's still a thing. Some people have to. Some people still look for mail call and all that. You know what I mean? And feel good about it. Like everybody
Oh,
don't got the way to get out there, but now that they doing those tablets and stuff like that, it's making it a little bit easier.
easier. How
Yeah,
them tablets work? Them tablets they you gotta pay a bill or something on them.
yeah, you gonna have to put some money on it. That's exactly what they got it in play for.
What kind of tablets are they? They Apple tablets or they regular tablets? Like,
Nah, that it's gonna be a company, like a small company that's gonna be in the vicinity or whatever, that's going to govern the different type of prisons in that neighborhood, in that area or state. I mean, gotta cover that.
right?
Like I don't
So
think
these.
Apple is gonna just use their tablets to.
Now I'm saying, like, do they get to keep it in the shells or they gotta turn them in on a daily basis?
I'm pretty sure, like in the county jails and some of the counties out there, like you gonna have to turn them in. It's probably gonna be a shortage of those. They probably breaking them and everything. You know what I'm saying? Arguing over them or whatever. But once you get down the road, like you get your own personal joint. You emailing your
Yeah.
people, doing whatever you got to do. I mean, off your tablet.
Okay. Can you see them anytime, like with calling them on the tablet or not really?
Do I see what?
Can you see them all the time on the tablet or not really?
Um, Well, when I
Or is
see
it?
people coming up on these platforms, like on TikTok and stuff like that, you see other people in the background on
Yeah.
tablets doing stuff or whatever. Like, for the most part, the people that I've spoken to, they wasn't on the tablet. I mean,
Okay. 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 Man, I appreciate everybody that tapped in and listened to us, man. Please take heed of the advice, man, for real. Big Miz gonna keep the flavor going for real, man.
yeah, that's a fact. Who said, yeah, not much, but yes, it's policy implementing for those who have no money to buy off the store. Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. That's a natural fact. Like like all this stuff, man. That's been going on. I'm hoping that I can get with the right people to try to help some type of way when it comes to reform inside of the Georgia Department of Corrections. I want to say that my efforts turned into something that helped something there, that
Right,
started a
right,
program or started a light in the fire under somebody's shoes to start the program. Like,
right.
I just want to bring so much awareness to the fact that it makes some type of change. That's it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's it. So when people see or they miss my page or me, period, and then somebody says, "Yo, it was a guy named Big Miz from the zoo that used to speak about it. Go check him out." And once they do their homework and see my consistency and what I was trying to
Right,
do the whole time, that they respect it somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, for real. For real, man. Hold on, what time we got on this joint right now?
Yeah, I'm about to get ready. Hey, I appreciate you, Art, for real, man. I appreciate you having me on your channel, your platform, everything, man. And we
Yeah, no doubt.
y'all gonna get more familiar with me as well, man. I'm gonna be talking to Art, man, about different things that we can do to help the community out, man, and to keep this thing going, man, for real.
Yeah, that's a
All right,
natural fact. Let them know who you are again before we get up out of
man.
here. Huh?
Man, my name's Shaheed, man. Shaheed, man. Philly Nation, man. Give me a call anytime. Hit me up. All right, man. I got you.
All
Peace
right,
out.
all right, peace.
Malik
Salam
Salam.
alaikum, my
Peace,
kid.
man. Malik Salam. All right,
All
man.
right, all right. And for all the people that was watching this interview, this is your boy Big Miz from the zoo. Yeah, please go run over to the channel, subscribe to the channel, run over to County Jail Prisoner Chain Gang to my other platform or my other channel on this platform. Subscribe to the channel. That's County Jail Prison or Chain Gang and Big Miz FTZ. Y'all. Have a good night. Peace.
and talk them up.
What I'm saying, was it a big numbers though?
Nah, it was only like four. It was like four of them, and it was like two of them.
Okay.
But
Okay.
well, I mean, we can go back and forth. Like you can tell your prison war stories, and I'll just go and talk about situations like that. You know what I'm saying? If something, if you're talking about something I can remember that has something to do with what you're talking about, you know what I'm saying? But that's like I was telling the stream. You know, it depends on where you're at, and where you was at. It was more war type. Where I'm at up here, it's more situational.
Yeah. I can dig it. I can dig it. Like really when I started doing like research on where I had just came from, when I
Yeah,
started doing the research on where I just came from, like as the years was going by, it was going neck to neck with like certain places like that also be neck to neck with Sing Sing in New York. You know what I'm saying? And where be like Elmira. You know what I'm saying? Upstate New
yeah.
York and all that. And I was saying like it was going back and forth like attacks and this and that. I was like that. And then LA had got it. California had got it for a minute. Their crime was going up, like inside behind the walls or whatever. Man, but now for the last past 5 years, the place that I came from, man, it doesn't even seem like a real place.
It's way different, right? Way
Yeah,
different.
how the death toll has rise from the like it's a blaring amount. It's so many stories, bro. Like the warden at Smith where I was at, he got a RICO charge
For what?
because he was allowing his officers to bring in the work, having the inmates hustling, you know what I'm saying, and using their phones. They doing all these PPP loans. They're doing a whole bunch of like federal crimes and getting a whole bunch of money in his jail, and he's letting things go. So it ain't gonna be a whole bunch of fighting, but it's a bunch of corrupt stuff going
But
on.
he getting paid too, though, right?
Yeah, they was paying him. So now he's getting money hand over fist because he's the warden. This is the warden we're
Oh,
talking
it
about.
was the actual warden. Oh man, I ain't never heard of a warden being corrupt like that. I can imagine it happens, but I never heard of a situation like that.
Yeah, in Smith State Prison, man. The warden, the one that walked around everybody saying, "Sir, good morning, sir. All this ready for inspection and all." He's walking in like he's good everywhere.
Yeah.
He's allowing the buffoonery to go on. He know once he walks out the door, you can crank up these phones. People can start smoking loud, walking around. You know what I'm saying? Like all the little junkies can come out, start smoking they strips, start tweaking and doing all the stuff that they do. I mean,
That's
like
crazy.
the cream people that they say they be on a motorbike or you know what I'm saying, skiing or whatever like that, but they be crushing that stuff up and start snorting it up and be out of their minds. Like this is the chain gang. This is what you're gonna get on every level when it comes to coming into a level 5 camp. You're gonna get the same thing, but might be on higher magnitudes. It depends on who's running it. But none of them have proper staffing. None.
Yeah, never. They're always looking to hire people. Always. They make it sound so great, and you got the rookies coming in there, and they see what it's all about, and they start getting pressed out because inmates that have been living there for years. You think you have COs coming in there and be like, "Oh, I've been to the military. I know how to handle people." Man, they get pumped out in less than a week. Some people are not built for it.
Yeah, when they come in, if they make mistakes like Miss Brown made a mistake, and like me and her got good. Me and her was good. This was a cadet that I saw in the chow hall when they had all the cadets coming through at Washington State Prison. And we coming in there, and I look to the left, everybody looking over that way, and I see like five uh, female cadets and like three or four guys, and they all standing there like looking all nervous and stuff, and they're with a CO2 and a Sarge while they running chow with the CERT team. And I'm looking over it, and I see this one girl. She looked. I'm talking about. She was straight. She was super straight. You know what I'm saying? In jail or out
Yeah.
of jail, she looked good. You know what I'm saying? But when she came into the dorms, like weeks later, they had her running the dorms, like trying to walk around and talk and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna front. I put her in the matrix ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like my little homeboys, one was from Detroit named Smooth, the other one was from NO, and they call him NO Kimani. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, and little Baltimore too. I was like, yo,
Little Baltimore. He was
yeah,
from Baltimore.
yeah, a rapping as he can rap real good and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, act like y'all talking about me without me knowing. Go near her booth, right?
You trying to run game.
That's yeah. This is chain gang game
Yeah.
to the fullest, to the top tier game. I was like, act like you talking about me without me knowing, but stay far away from her to make her feel like she's eavesdropping, right? And they go over there and do it like, yeah, man, that nigga up there, little Ock or whatever like that, with Shabazz or Jersey. Yo, I heard he getting bread out there in them streets, man. You see nigga be coming out with rolls, these chains and all that. And they saying this, and she eating it up. Bow, bow, bow.
She
She
don't even
eating it
know.
up. And she's sitting there writing her reports and all that, thinking that she getting all this information on the low ski, do ski, you know what I'm saying? She, boom, then when she choose to take her rounds and do her rounds or whatever, checking cells and all that, she wanna mark mines off and like, I gotta check this cell. This is just a random check. I was like, go ahead. She looking at me up and down. She like, and then go into my cell, right?
Yeah.
And she kind of knew what time it was. She knew my roommate box wasn't my box. You know what I'm saying? Because you can open it up and look at the pictures that's in the inside of our lockers. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Whose locker is this? Whose locker is this?" I was like, "Wow, what's up? What's wrong with you? Like, are you serious? Like, you got everything right dress right dress or whatever, like neat as I don't know what and all that with the lining of the side of our pants, like everything is out." I was like, "Yeah, that's how we be having it." She was like, institutionalized. I was like, "Nah, I ain't institutionalized." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you already
Don't get
had
it
it.
twisted. I'm just doing my time or whatever. And she was like, "So why you got 7 soaps? You got 3 things of lotion?" Like she's saying all this stuff, but she's trying to stay in the cell. You know what I'm saying? And talk. And I'm kicking it with her. And this little chick, she smoked good. She was thin, had a little rump, had a little chest. She was straight. You know what I'm saying? Lips proportion, right? Nose, ears, everything. She looked good. You know what I'm saying? I would love
She
to
looked
talk to
good
her
without being
again.
in prison. She looked
Yeah,
good without being in prison. Yeah.
exactly. Now she done pushed off, and as the days are going, that was like a Monday. As the days are going, she keeps coming to this dorm to be the officer in this dorm. Now she noticed I'm not going to chow. Never. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
she'll come out that booth, boom. Start walking around, stopping, talking, me and her kicking it. And then one day I said, man, F it. Sent a little kite to her. Yo, why don't you call me? Don't ask me how to call. This is the number. Boom. And she called. I kicked it with her on the phone. She told me all this. Oh, my boyfriend ain't acting right, but I can't trust nobody in jail. All you gonna do is try to play with me. I'm like, man, come on now. Like, and me and her kicked it. I ain't gonna front probably for like 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? All through the night, and she got to come back in the morning. And that day, I played the cut. When I see her come in, I was like, all right, she ain't gonna see me until she do her count, go downstairs, and when she was doing her count, she like white, and you know what I'm saying, doing this
Yeah.
jail stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she dips off, go downstairs, go back into her booth. Now everybody walking up, yo, I need aspirin. I need a sick call. They saying anything just to go over there to her, right? She see I'm not pressing up on her or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Cats they go to chow. She go, chow, come on, chow call. Y'all gotta hurry up because it's about to start raining. All cats moving, right? I'm in my cell doing push-ups with the CL20s on. I'm in there doing my push-ups, and I can feel somebody like walking up or whatever, right? But I'm like, nah, they ain't gonna come in my cell or whatever. Boom. I get up. I'm from here. Boom. And she comes right around me, bro. And word is bone. This left me super drunk. You know what drunk mean? Being drunk in jail, right? You know what I'm saying? She walked around to the front of me and she was saying something. I was like, what? And then she linked in and kissed the nigga, bro. I'm like,
Oh, you had it in. You had it in.
yo, this right here, like I was already down for like what 2.5 years, going on 3 years, and I've been yearning, thinking on shorties. I'm free world with it. I'm still kind of short. You know what I'm saying? So you doing that? I'm like, yo, what's popping? You know what I'm saying? Like you just kiss me in my mouth and then walks out the room, switching with the little ooh. You know what I'm saying? Now I done sat on my bed. I'm like, damn, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know you happy as hell. You was happy.
yo, that's one of the greatest achievements inside the Georgia
Yeah.
Department of Correction is to get you a chick. You know what I'm saying?
Anywhere.
That
That's
rock
it.
with you.
That's anywheres. Anywheres. Anywheres.
Yeah, man. It
Your number one
felt
goal is
so
to
good.
try to talk to a female officer, and then it just opens up. The floodgates open up.
Yo, it
So,
was going so good that honestly, I think I got a little reckless and I started talking to her too much. Is that a thing? Like, she was coming to my
uh,
cell too much. She was coming to my cell
yeah.
too
I mean
much.
that you know you make it a spot hot,
Yeah.
and you know other inmates they watching, and they planning on your downfall. You know they hating. They don't like that. They don't like to see nobody come up above them. So you gotta be careful on that. So what happened?
Yo, me and my little peoples, we done got to getting in huddles and all that. When she gone, we in huddles in the cell like, yo, I'm about to try to tell her to bring that work in. We gonna try with a little something. Boom, boom. Like we doing this now. We having these type of conversations. And we like, all right. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta let her know that y'all cool with me. You know what I'm saying? So she can trust the process and all that. Because I don't want her handing nothing straight to me. Hand it to one of y'all. Y'all bringing it into the cell. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing to throw people off. You know what I'm saying? And man, somebody wrote a kite on her.
Damn.
Somebody wrote
See,
a
that's
kite
why.
on her.
That's why. That's
And
why, yo.
yeah, and got her moved all the way to the other side of the prison.
Yeah. As soon as administration a kite or a statement and it has your name in it and her name in it, y'all would never be around each other no more.
Yo, if they knew how to spell my name, they probably would have put it in it. I always had ripped my tag off. You don't see nothing, and then the officers they always calling me white. You know what I'm saying? You're white.
Oh,
What's up, white? You know what I'm saying? Until they get to know me, and then they'll probably like if we're talking in front of each other, they be like, "Hey, Shabazz, man. So what do you think, man? You think you can go and talk to them and doing all this type of stuff or whatever?" But she got to the other side. I got into a fight. You know what I'm saying? I get into a fight in my dorm. I get sent to the hole, and then they sent me to that side, right? Now I'm walking past, and I see her. She's standing outside the dorm with another chick, and she getting her people about to go to chow. And I'm walking past. I'm like, man, what's up? She looking like, and then she telling me like, that's him, that's him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
yeah.
walking, but she's already knee deep with some other dudes. They got on her head quick as I don't know what. And another gang got on her head as I don't know what, and she was bringing for both of them. And then it popped in the
Damn.
dorm. It popped in the dorm because I get she gave them the wrong thing and she gave them the right stuff. And now they arguing like, nah, we got a lot of this. Like, nah, we ain't giving not. It popped off in that dorm, and it was probably like a 12-man brawl on each side. Two men fell in that situation. Floor too heavy for them. You know what I'm saying? And they not getting off that floor, and it was because she was bringing two opposite situations. The situation, you know what I'm saying, to get them all right, and then she got to answer to this group, answer to this group. You know what I'm saying? And she thought
Yeah.
she had it made, and she didn't. You know what I'm saying?
And at
And
the same time, I don't mean to cut you off. At the same time, when officers start bringing in that kind of stuff, we're talking about a lot of money. Stuff that costs like $5 on the streets, we're talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? A lot of money.
that's a natural fact. That's a natural fact. And what was going real good at that time was either bringing cell phones in, wrapped around, and all that, or bringing that mota in. You know what I'm saying? No, that perico, woke. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And bringing the cream. The cream is METH.
Yeah.
METH.
See, we didn't have that. We didn't have that down here where I'm at. It wasn't that big of a deal. We only had Suboxone strips and K2 was the biggest things. You still have other stuff come in, but when y'all talk about cream, that's crazy. I mean, it's different for every prison you're at, but was
Yeah.
that the main thing? Was that the main thing people were buying?
Yes, because
That's crazy.
once you get on that, and you know, like if you're a mad jacker and you're on cream, you know you can go hiding in every corner in that place and go ahead and do your thing. Boom, bust over here, then go in that corner. Boom, you can just
That
keep
what
on
the
going
hell?
all day and be
Y'all
geeking
had
and
an epidemic. Y'all had an
sneaking and
epidemic.
geeking. Yeah. And
That's crazy.
if you get people that's really already unstable and they gunslingers, they'll bust their gun, and then you
Yeah.
get them on it, and they start to wigging. You're like, hold up, what y'all knocking on my door that loud for? Hold up, come in, folk, come in, folk. You know what I'm saying? And pulling out stuff and doing all this, like, it gets dangerous.
So it basically turned him into like Superman.
It gets
You know what I'm
dangerous.
saying?
It gets dangerous, bro. It gets dangerous. You see some of these dudes acting a fool in there. Yo, don't walk behind me. Don't walk, fuck that. Don't walk behind me.
Paranoia, yo.
Doing all that, like, y'all walk in front of me, niggas pulling out and doing all this stuff, like, it's different. It was real different, man. But they got her fired. They got her fired or whatever like that. I ain't see her ever
But
again.
she didn't catch no charges or nothing. She just got fired.
She might have got into some type of trouble, but I know they escorted her out after they escorted everybody that was fighting, and then the medical coming down, getting people and doing all this. Like she was still in the dorm.
You still talk to her?
Nah, I was two dorms down, but
I'm saying on the phone. Oh,
no, I didn't have my phone.
all right, all right.
I ain't had my phone. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that because it was like a dorm phone for me and my boys. Like it was all our phones. So when I
Oh,
left for
all right, all
Franklin, we
right.
still had the
I
phone.
got you.
Now, I saw when the war in the north started walking down Sir Tammy, then there was some people in regular dress clothes and all that, walking with them. And they went into that dorm, she coming out like that. We looking, I was like, dang, that's crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? But yo, that was just a vision, you know what I'm saying? And that I thought back about last night actually, thinking about Miss Brown, man. And
That's crazy.
yeah, it is crazy work because you get a lot of different late COs that come in and they got a whole bunch of different things going on. Like, what's the furthest you would say? Have you ever tried to talk to any of them chicks
Yeah,
and stuff like that while you was in there?
yeah. I did when I did in prison. I stopped doing that in prison. But when I was in the county jail, there was this girl. Her name was Miss Rodriguez, and she liked girls. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one time she was just coming in and she seen some of my tattoos, and I got a tattoo of Tokyo Ghoul, and she seen that, and I guess she was into that kind of stuff. Oh, let me show you. Let me that one right there. She seen that,
Uh-huh.
and it sparked up a conversation. She was like, "Is that Michi or whatever? I don't know the name." But it sparked up a conversation, and in my head, I'm like, oh, she digging me, she liked me, you know what I'm saying? But she probably
Mm-hmm.
have a conversation with everybody like that. But in my head, like, I'm like, oh yeah, she's mine, she's mine. So anybody that try to talk to her, I start getting jealous. Like, somebody go to her and be like, can I get a slip for commissary or whatever? I get mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? And you have people that will book on the COs, and I try to jump into the arguments. That's why I had to stop doing this. I started creating situations because I would be like, yo, don't fucking talk to her like that. Yo, don't just bugging, man. Because when you locked up like that, you just stuff that ain't true. You just think the wrong thing, man. You be thinking
Yeah.
that that's my girl or whatever. It ain't healthy. But
Yo.
she ended up something happened to her. I think she ended up getting fired or something. It never went nowhere. I flirted with her. I tried to get her phone number. It never. She never gave it to me.
Oh, that's
But
very, very
but
unfortunate.
I had a homie, right? I had a crip homie, right? He had a CO that he was actually locked with. You know what I'm saying? He dated on the outside, and he was bringing in the pack and everything. You know what I'm saying? They got caught. And then I remember a time where they had the kitchen workers coming in because they hired them from the outside. They were bringing in work, and they were doing stuff with inmates in the freezer, and they got caught. You know what I'm saying?
Sound about right. Sound
Because I
about right.
mean, like they regular people. They regular people. They're not like police officers on the streets. They're regular people. You know what I mean? They do like I don't know how it is. I think they get like a little training course, but they regular people just like us.
Yeah, that's a true fact. Yo, look, check this out, bro. It was a older lady at the same prison, a very old. Her face is old, her body banging, right?
Yeah, but when you locked up, man, you can have the ugliest broad. Man, everybody gonna still be hollering at her. But go ahead, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's a natural fact. But all right, so we called this lady Grandma Buffy, right? And
Grandma
it's
Buffy.
yeah, Grandma Buffy, and it's because this girl that used to be on the magazines that we used to get in like Double X magazines, Smooth magazines, and all these hip hop magazines. It'll be this girl named Buffy the Body. You know what I'm saying?
Buffy the body. Why y'all call her that?
the the model in the magazines was named Buffy the Body, right?
Oh, okay.
So just how she was shaped back in the back, so
Yeah.
was this grandmother. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
So we called her Grandma Buffy because yo, when
Okay,
she
I got you.
first came in to work in our dorm, you really couldn't see. You saw she had little hips and all that. She walking, she had one go-to, and she talked real country. But when she walked past, I was like, damn, like it looked like two big cantaloupes on each side, perfectly round and everything. But she was older, and she'd be like, yo, don't play with me. Y'all better not be pulling out y'all things and all that. Don't be nasty. I'm grown. And y'all gonna respect y'all elders. This gonna be a good dorm. She doing
And she
all
had
this.
y'all drooling. She had y'all drooling.
Everybody would be looking at that thing, how that thing is going. Everybody. Now, one thing she was doing, she was scoping, and we didn't know. She was scoping, looking for her one. And due to the fact I was one of those guys that did not go to chow a lot, I walked out of my cell on something when chow call went out. Boom! I heard the door pop and she came in, but I didn't know where she was downstairs. I was upstairs, and I came out my cell, and she was coming out of this one dude's cell from LaGrange, Georgia. Real tall, skinny, dark-skinned dude, kind of cut up and muscular or whatever. And as she's walking out of the cell, he went and tapped her or slapped her on her backside or whatever, and I caught it. And I locked eyes with him, her, the situation and everything. And I know she walked out, she looked at me, she kept looking, and then she walked out, and homeboy called me down. He was like, yo, come down here real quick, Then now he talking about, yo, you want to roll a cigarette? You want a cigarette or something? You good? You smoke weed? I'm saying you want. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Why? What's up, bro? I ain't seen nothing, man. He was like,
Yeah. He was
he's
trying
like,
to see
yo,
what you knew. He was
yeah.
trying to
I
see.
was like, yo, yeah, I ain't seen nothing, bro. Like, to be clear, I ain't seen nothing. He was like, all right, no doubt, no doubt. Now, I walked off, but he still had it on his mind, like, yo, I'm gonna put him in the matrix somehow. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you know how dangerous that is.
Yeah, the
He'll mess up
next
your
day,
whole day.
exactly. Listen, the next day, something was going on, and hold on, hold. It's no way that it's 400 and something people in here, and it's only 23 likes. Y'all go ahead and start hitting that like button. Get them likes up a little bit. Y'all gotta F with your boy before I go back into how they set that thing up. Yo, hit the like button at the top of the screen. I definitely appreciate you. Thank y'all for coming through, but hit the like button for your boy before I jump back into the story. I appreciate y'all. Like let's get it up a little bit. 400 and it's only 40.
Yeah, you
Like,
can even double tap the screen. It don't take nothing but a second. It's free. It's easy.
yes, yes. Thank y'all.
Yeah, I
Thank
want to
y'all.
see how this story ends.
All right,
You
so
got me. You
now
got me
check
wanting
it.
to know
Hold
now.
up. Now we back in. We back in. So now with him having that on his mind that I still know what's going on. He feels like I still know what's going on. He know I saw it. I locked eyes with them. Now they was bringing in a pack the next day. She was Grandma Buffy, and when she came in, I saw a young boy coming through. Now my door's cracked like this, where I can see towards where his cell is and everything, all this stuff. I see the young boy coming out his cell. He run over there to her. Now he's skipping back, right? He's skipping back. He going to the cell, and I see two more people come from the top, go down there. Like cats is just waiting on that drop. You know what I'm saying? Now they going into his cell, and he come out. He like this to her. So she started walking around after he gave her a head nod. She come all the way upstairs into the corner, right in front of my cell, right? And she leaning on the rail, put her leg up, and she said, "You might as well go ahead and get yourself off."
But
I was like, what? So her like, I opened the door a little bit, and then she got off the rail, put her leg down, and walked backwards like this, walking backwards to my door jamb. And she put her butt in the door jamb, like she's in that space, and then she put her hands in her pocket and made that tight. And I was like, oh my God. I'm thinking like, a stuff for Lord, like, why is she doing this? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna
You think
front.
you think maybe she was just trying to like make sure that you weren't going to tell on her? You
Yo,
think she was afraid of something happening?
I think that she wanted me to be in a situation where I jacked on her. You know what I'm saying? While she stood there, and now she's in control of this situation.
Oh yeah. Okay,
You
I
know
can
what I'm
see that.
saying? And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not gonna front. She got the boy. She got him. You know what I'm saying?
He
With
fell
that
into the
thing
trap.
sitting like that, and then she sit up there tapping her foot and that butt jumping. I could not help it. I went near her, went towards the toilet, and I got my grease around ride, and she's right here where I can just slap her butt. You know what I'm saying? She's right there. I'm like, oh man. And yo, I ain't did that ever in years sitting there, and then I go fuck up in front of
Hey,
everybody.
hey, at least you told the truth, you know? At least you told the truth.
Yo, I fucked up in front of everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Once I done, my knees were so weak, I fell on the ground. You know what I'm saying? My knees were so weak because she was right there from yo, where was born? I thought me and her was doing it. I fell. Boom. Yo. Oh man. I'm bugging. I am bugging out. My knees just gave in on the nigga. And she looked, she grinned, and then she walked off. Now she's going around in a circle. Man, that this type of play that I see that the COs will get into, what they would choose to do, what they will allow you to do is really, really diabolical. And I have plenty stories of different type of COs, especially the female COs, and the messed up stuff that happened to them, or how good they was with us. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, how was the female COs in in the prison where you was at? Like what was that
To be
like?
honest with you, I was in like some of the buildings where there was a lot of gang members, and they wouldn't have a lot of female COs over there. But for the most part, they would. I mean, the COs is cool. You know what I'm saying? You got some that are making money. You can tell it ain't out there in the open. You know, they only talk to like the gang leaders or whatever. But for the most part, it was all right. You see some situations out there. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never had a crazy story like that. What you just told, that was wild. But it's different from every prison. Like the prison I'm at, that I was at, and your prison, and was that Georgia?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean they different. That's crazy.
yeah. Yes, 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 bro. Yo, we had certain type of COs that can control a dorm. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Dally, like I yo, it's not just me. The whole dorm, we loved Miss Dally. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like the light of our night. You know what I'm saying? For three
Why is
days a
that?
week, she will come into the dorm. Right? She's a very very short. She's like maybe 5 foot, maybe like 5 foot. She was a Caucasian lady. She was bow legged. She was thick, nice little butt, nice chest, pretty face, everything. And she was so laid back and cool and sweet and smelled so good everywhere she walked. She got that intoxicating scent when she walks past. You be like, oh man, like, yo, I need to go home type of thing.
It takes you out
And
there.
yeah, she had a routine after she gets her report from the other officer that she's relieving, and he walks out the door and makes sure everything is closed. Boom, boom, and he can't hear her or she can't hear her. She be like, "Hey y'all, how y'all was doing? Like, how was he or whatever? Like, he was getting on y'all nerves. I already know. I'm here now, so y'all can come out and do what y'all do, or I don't know, get behind y'all doors, get in the showers, do whatever y'all do, cause after this, we gonna have a good night, right?"
Yeah.
This is what she would do. Now, after she gave that statement, she'll walk, go to every cell. Hey, y'all, hey, boom, boom, open up cells. What y'all doing? You know I'm here. Y'all better get right. Boom, boom. She going upstairs, downstairs, and then she goes back behind this damn desk. She goes in this little shelf. She brings out this Tupperware type of bowl, and this lady has peaches with the like, it looked like the canned syrup from the canned peaches. You know what I'm saying? She has all
Yeah.
these fruits and all this stuff. She got all these fruits, and then she'll go dipping in, slurping, sucking on these fruits
Oh
and
yeah. You know
like
what she's doing. She know what she's
exactly.
doing. She know what she's doing.
She's controlling the dorm. She controls us, and you can hear people tapping out from different cells, like, "Yo, I'm done. You got me, Miss Dally. Damn!" Like, oh, she's. I'm talking about she be slurping, spitting stuff back out, doing all this stuff, and then at the end, in the grand finale, when she know everybody's in showers, looking and all that, she pulls
Yeah.
out that banana, and when she pulls out that banana, everybody's done. Done. Finito. Finito.
Yeah. I bet you had dudes willing to like go to war for her.
Yo, this is the punchline. It's coming. It's coming. Right? So one dude downstairs in the corner named Speedy. You know what I'm saying? This dude named Speedy. And I speak about him a lot because I done been around a lot of situations with Speedy clown ass. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he was so johnnied out, he thought that her kindness meant that's his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So when after she does this stuff, he comes out, kicks the door, boom, and he come out. He's looking around, looking in people's cells and all that stuff. They like, man, get out of here, nigga. I'm like, yo, man, fuck that. I don't like anybody. He doing all this. He go to her booth, and he's yelling and saying stuff, right? And she's like, go ahead. If you're not gonna talk to me, right, go ahead. Keep on going, please. And it make us feel like they might have something. You know what I'm saying? But she was like,
Yeah.
go. If you're not gonna speak to me with respect, you can go. Keep going. And niggas would be saying stuff to him, but nobody messed with Speed. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a little muscle bound, little crazy dude or whatever.
Yeah.
But the next day that she came in and she did the same performance where everybody's looking and she's doing her thing. She's putting fruits in her mouth and all that, and then she does the grand finale with this doggone banana, like clearing the banana in her mouth, going like
What?
this.
What
And
does she do? She do this daily? She be doing this
yes,
daily? What the
yes, she does this and puts everybody to sleep. Some cats don't even make it to chow. Cats
man?
be done.
People, she don't like fruit that much, man. She don't like fruit
Yo,
that damn much.
exactly. But this is a rare occurrence. This is what she do. This is her routine. This is Miss Dally we talking about. Sweeter than candy. You know what I'm saying? And this time when she did it, this dude comes out. You don't hear him kick the door. He just a boom, starts walking over there, and then he like she had a clipboard. He smacked the clipboard out her hand. She was like, "What is you doing? Go to yourself before you go to the hole. I'll write you up right now." He was like, "What?" And he grabbed her ponytail,
Oh, he fucked up.
brought her around the joint, and started uppercutting her. Boom, 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 boom. Like,
Was he wigging out or something? Was he on the
yo,
cream or something?
I don't know, bro. This dude started punching this lady so accurate in her face. I'm talking about one punch, boom, broke nose. One punch, bust her lip bleeding. He punching her, one punch, like punching her. And he's a strong dude. Yo, everybody started coming out the cells. People that don't mess with each other is mounting up like, yo, you get that side, I got this side, get that side. They pulling out, and I'm with them. I'm right with them.
Everybody is,
Yo,
cause everybody's against like violence against women. Like people are missing their wives and their girlfriends. They ain't gonna watch you beat up no girl in there.
it was bad because she was screaming like a motherfucker, and while we're trying to surround him, he's still pulling her ponytail. She had a long ponytail. He got it gripped, and he's still punching her and bringing her, moving her like this and all this. You know what I'm saying? Bro, once he could not get out, he's by the door where he got to get popped to go out. That's like go, boom. Start. I'm talking about jammed on that boy, jammed on that boy. We had to flip, buddy. You have to.
They had to.
You know what I'm
They had
saying?
to.
We had to. and put him on dorm restrictions. Said, yo, don't even come back out. Don't come back out.
I'm surprised y'all didn't put him out the cell. I mean, I'm surprised y'all didn't put him out on the door.
Yeah, we did put him on the door. He got put
Oh,
on the door.
okay.
He was
He
on
just
dorm.
couldn't. Once you
He
get him
was
up,
on
y'all told him to stay in the cell.
nah. He was on compound restriction. He couldn't come
Oh,
out
all
the
right,
hole.
all right, all
Yeah,
right.
he couldn't come out the hole and go to no dorm. None.
He was
You know what I'm
stuck behind the
saying?
door. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And when her backup came, cause we beating on the glass and all that, we beating, trying to get some officers and all that, so she can get some medical attention. And but she was like balled up. She turned different. She's balled up. She's looking around and all that. And we like, yo, got you some help. She's doing all this. Like, don't touch me. Like she's tweaking. And when her people came, the other COs came, boom, they busting in there. Y'all go lock down. Everybody lock down. And they trying to get her. You just hear her crying, man, and like touching her face and all that. He lumped her up good. You know what I'm saying? So we had like what he got poured out. He got poured out good too. You know what I'm saying? He got poured out good. But
Yeah. That's crazy.
yeah, this is the things that you go through when you meet certain people or have certain people around. Like if he wasn't around, our 3 days a week will always be lovely. You know what I'm saying? It will always be lovely. With his dad,
Yeah. Hold on, you cutting out a little bit.
huh?
You cutting out.
I'm cutting out a little bit. Can you hear me? Okay, okay, okay. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Can y'all hear me? Just let me know.
Bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces. Can y'all hear me in the chat?
Yeah. Hey, while we're waiting for, there you go. There you good. Hey, there's 500 people in here. Come on, let's get some likes. Support your boy.
Yeah. Matter of fact, what I want y'all to do,
You good
hold
now?
up, while we take a little intermission, what I want y'all to do, you know what I'm saying? 400, over 400 people in the chat right now. Do me, I'm talking about a big boy favor, some real player stuff. This is some real player stuff right here. I want y'all to go and hit the subscribe button right now on this channel. Y'all hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comment section that y'all subscribe to the channel. Do me that favor, hit the subscribe button and let me know that y'all subscribe in the on the channel inside of the comment section. Please do that for me in the chat, y'all. And also go to county jail, prison, or chain gang. It's my other channel on YouTube. County jail, prison, or chain gang. But y'all let me know y'all subscribe. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
We
Let me
tell
know
prison
where you at.
stories. We
Yeah.
tell prison stories about when we were in prison. So we try to put it out there to the public. I tell prison stories on my channel, and we do these little podcasts, or we talk about prison. I got my own channel. It's Crime Talk 369. It's here on YouTube. So if y'all want to hear some prison stories, you know what I'm saying? Go subscribe to that too.
Yes, yes. Please, please, y'all. Yo,
Yeah,
we
but we be
we
bouncing
need
back
this.
and forth.
Yeah, we
Sometimes,
need
some
this
days we be on
push.
his, and some days we be on mine.
That's a natural fact. And we need this push. We need this push. Yeah, I want y'all to do some real player stuff for the boy though. You know what I'm saying? Because I got y'all every trip. When I go after this thing, it should say that I got at least like 300 new subscribers, a new family, and all that. So y'all welcome to the zoo. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. That's a natural fact. I definitely appreciate y'all. Let's get into the next segment. Let's get into the next segment.
Did 6 years and a half. Yeah, if you got a good story, if you did time in prison, yo, hit us up on one of our videos and comment. We'll bring you on for an interview. Maybe something you say might change somebody's life,
Yeah, that's a natural fact.
and that
That's a
that feel
natural
good than
fact.
any drug could ever make you.
That is a natural fact. Now, when it comes, you said when it comes to like situations like war type or people getting ran down on inside the prisons that you were at, you know what I'm saying? Can you take us into the dorm type and let us know a situation that you actually saw know what I'm saying, where it was some numbers against each other or something like that.
I got one situation. There was this. I was in RTI up here in Hagerstown, Maryland, and there's this gang called DMI. It's mostly white. It's a white gang, but they got a couple of mixes races in there. They got some blacks in there, but it's mostly a white gang, and
Dead
they get a
man,
bad rep.
is that
Huh?
Dead Man?
Dead Man Incorporated. They mainly be out here on the East Coast, Virginia, Maryland, stuff like that. It's kind of like Ghostface, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But different region. And the thing is, they kind of get a bad rep because a lot of their members are they do drugs heavy, and they be getting themselves in a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? You might have them go to the drug man and run up a bill, and then try to like switch pods real quick. Just they thinking about that next high. So they be
Yeah,
getting in a lot of situations, but they play with that knife though. That knife game, you know what I'm saying? But I remember one instance. I was sitting in my cell, and I just heard a lot of commotion. I go to my cell door, and I look out the window, and I'm on the upper tier, the second tier, and I look down, and all you see down there is just puddles of blood. It turned out, um, they had a DMI member that owed a Muslim a lot of money for some K2, and he was ducking them. He wasn't trying to pay it,
mm,
and they got tired of it, and they got a couple of Muslims. They ran up in his cell, and they poked him up. And it's crazy to think about it is his cell buddy, the DMI guy that got stabbed up. His cell buddy got stabbed up too because he was DMI too, and he ain't had nothing to do with it. But once a gang member goes, you got to jump in. That's the rules. If you in DMI and you see another DMI member getting jumped or like, it doesn't matter the situation. You got to jump in.
yeah,
If you crip blood, it don't matter. If you see one of your brothers, your cousins you got to jump in. It's rules. So, man, it was just a puddle of blood out there on the floor. You see COs, probably like after like 2 minutes, you start to see COs running in there. They start pepper spraying, and I'm all the way on the second tier of my cell. The cell door is shut,
yeah.
and as soon as they start spraying, man, it start hitting you in the back of your throat. It, I can't even describe it, man. It's like
Yeah, he went digital for a little
DMI, Dead Man Incorporated. Okay, you kind of cutting out there for. I was wasting time, but I went to the back of the cell. I'm sitting there trying to breathe out the little window in the back. Man, it was hell.
Yo, so
But
I'm saying y'all can't plug like the spaces at the bottom of the door and then the top if you got
yeah,
something right there to put
yeah,
like
we
towels
we
there.
we did that. We did that, right? We put like clothes in the bottom of the door and stuff, but you ain't really gonna stop it from coming in the cell. They were all the way outside, and that stuff is so strong. We exposed an area. It's gonna travel throughout the pod and go in people's cells. And if you got asthma, they're not supposed to spray. If your body gets sprayed, you're like, oh, hold on, I got asthma. I got asthma. They're not supposed to spray because if you got asthma, you could die. Because that
Yeah,
stuff, have you ever been maced? Have you ever been around somebody being maced? When it
I
hits the
think
back of
it's
your
right
throat,
in my face. Yeah,
yeah, when it hits the back of your throat, it like hits that thing in the back of your throat. It's like, it's hard to explain, but it wasn't nothing fun. Tell you that, I thought I was gonna die in that cell.
yeah. It can definitely feel like your throat is closing in on you, but it got that tingle type of thing.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
that's
it's
that's what I was trying to explain. It's like a tingly situation. It's like you can feel it hitting the back of your throat, choking you
yeah,
up.
it's weird. It feels dangerous.
Yeah,
It
it's
feels
like
dangerous.
yeah, it's a
Like
weird feeling, man. But
it make you think like, yo, I think I'm about to tap out.
yeah, I was like, damn, man, I only got like a year left in here, man. I'm about to die up in this cell over somebody else's drug habit. That shit crazy. Yeah, but Most of the situations in prison is over drugs, owing people. Not even all drugs. Just owing people money, commissary.
D Rugs. Put say D Rugs when you say that.
D rugs. Okay, D rugs. Owing people D rugs, or just money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if somebody owes you money, you can't let it slide because everybody's watching. And if they see somebody get away with not paying you, then they think they can do it. It's contagious.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
seen it happen before. I seen somebody owed him money and he didn't want to smoke. He let it ride. You know, he made up some excuse. He let it ride. A couple of weeks later, he gets into it with another dude, and the guy he yells out, "Man, you let that other dude slide. You ain't do that to him. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do that to him when he owed you money. They think they can play you. It's a sign of weakness. So it doesn't matter. You got to go, man.
Yeah, that's see that's I really don't like that. I don't appreciate um the the strong or the number game where it's more way more of these people and then they go against a smaller group knowing yo we gonna go
But
crazy.
that's how it is, though. It's a number game. It's a numbers game in there. But
Yeah.
it ain't always about numbers, though. I remember some buildings would only have like 3 Crips in it, but we still gonna go. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna go. They they were heavy on the Bloods. There was like 20 Bloods in there. That's
Yeah.
all you heard in there was the blood call out. They was calling it out non-stop. You know, once they start getting them numbers, they get comfortable and they start doing stuff that they normally wouldn't do. You know, you get some people that have like courage because they got nothing behind them, and they start doing things they wouldn't normally do. You know what I'm saying? Starts problems.
Yeah, I can definitely believe that, and I can believe that the like it depends on the heart of the individuals. You know what I'm saying? To have low numbers and still go crazy in dorms and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
have I ever spoke to you about the GFs, the Goodfellas?
Oh, you might have spoken about it, but
You forgot? All
yeah, go
right.
ahead.
It's a group from Atlanta. It came from actually from Fulton County Jail. They
Yeah,
made
they're only. I don't mean to cut you off, but they're only in Atlanta, right? This is an Atlanta thing.
yeah.
They ain't anywhere else except for Atlanta. This is an Atlanta exclusive game.
Yeah, exactly. And they was going to be a faction of the Bloods. They was going to be connected,
I didn't know that.
but that situation went sour. They fell out, and it was always tension. Once you get down the road, it was always tension. And the first time that I saw little numbers go crazy on big numbers is when I saw them actually perform for the first time. And these individuals wasn't from my dorm. These GF members was not from my dorm. We was sitting there playing the fuck was we playing? I think we was playing Tunk. And I was near this front door at this table playing Tunk with my cellmate. There's other people chilling, people drinking coffee, walking around and all that. And I remember the last dude that was coming from the water fountain was a blood member. You know what I'm saying? He was with the Bloods. I don't know if he was G Shine or whatever, Sex Money Murder, whatever he was. You know what I'm saying? He was walking, getting towards that bottom step. Now there's people coming in, like our doors is wide open inside the dorm. They're wide open. They was letting air come in, and it was 5 people coming back to back to back to back. And the officer looking, and he looked again, but he's letting them come in. All of them have masks on, all of them. But what I noticed, I looked at their hands, and they had the nurse's gloves on,
Oh
the
yeah, you know
latex
something about to go down. You
gloves
know
on,
something's about to go down.
all of them. And I'm like, hold up. And I can see the bulkiness around their neck. So they got the towels on, and you can tell they got something around their waist. Now they walking, they start going up quick. 2 dudes going up quick on this dude that's about to go up the steps. Boom, one pulls out a belt with 2 locks on it. Swing hits him. Bow. He going like this. He falling back. His cup goes this way. You know what I'm saying? The dude dodging from from the coffee. The other dude on the other side just start pouring them out. Boom. Now he's trying to call. He's saying sue woo, sue woo. He trying to call when they smothering that sound, but people heard it. They looking out. They're coming down. Right. These dudes, these five dudes, man, they went hit them a little circle, little halakha. You know what I'm saying? A circle, and
Yeah.
they all pulling out. They standing there now. The people that was downstairs was hesitant to come up the stairs. The people that was upstairs was hesitant to come down the stairs. You know what
They
I'm
didn't know
saying?
what the hell was going on. They
Yeah.
didn't know what the
Now
hell was going on.
the GF members is peeping game that they scared.
Yeah.
They done went, grabbed homeboy that they was pouring out, grabbed him. They bringing him up the stairs, like bringing him up the stairs, going into his open cell, bringing him up there. How did they know to go in there? Who knows? They brought him in there, closed the door, green lights it, and got him in the cell, holding this man hostage until he telling the officer, call the captain or whoever, the supervisor over the gang unit, call him up here. We need to negotiate because there's too many of them blood members out there for us to fight them all right now. You know what I'm saying? So get them to lock down and ship us, do emergency transfers with us and get us away from y'all compound right now, and we're gonna kill Buddy.
Yeah, they playing it smart. You know, they were prepared. That's
Yeah,
the one thing.
they
They
say
prepared.
we gonna kill Buddy, but this is the one that they was looking for the whole time to pour him out about a situation. You know what I'm saying? But they like, yo, we not gonna kill him if you let us go and ship us. And
Yeah.
that's the first time that I saw like a gang like move like that, but also show that you got muscle enough to make decisions. Like, how was you over the negotiation of where you go?
Yeah.
After you don't poured somebody out, they telling them, yo, send us to such and such, send us to the other side of Georgia, send us over to Blaze, blah, blah,
And
blah.
they did that. And they did that, right?
They got them out of the cell. I don't know where they landed at. I know they said they was gonna do it. They unblocked the top things and all that, so no tear gas and nothing to come in there. They ain't send no nothing in there, and then they opened up. They got them out of there, and all these other dudes was behind the wall. And I know some of them could have got out, but it was too many CERT team members and everybody out there, and they walked them boys up out of there, safe, all five.
You know, it's crazy, but like people wouldn't believe this, but like gang members and people, the leaders that they have power in there. And when they tell the prison staff, you know, like I've seen a gang leader tell them, "Hey, yo can't be over here. You got to move him and move the other guy over here." And they do it. They listen to him. You wouldn't think that like the public, they wouldn't think that, but like the prison staff, they listen to gang members in there. You know what I'm saying? They be running. They got a lot of power. People don't think. A lot of power.
Yeah, if they're saying for the safety of somebody or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I think
We'd,
that they
we'd
would
have it
take
like this. We'd have it like this. I don't know how it is at all the other prisons, but I know in my prison that I was up here in RCI, they had a intel unit, and they do all the investigations for like contraband, all that, anything. It's like security, and they would always talk to. They know who the heads of every organization is. That the people that was in charge, the head honchos, they would call them to meetings. Like everybody else is locked in their cell. And you got the leader of the Crips, his door opens, his cell door opens. The leader of the Bloods, wherever building he's at, his cell door opens. Everybody, the whole prison is shut down. Nobody's allowed out, but you got them walking out, going to this meeting, sitting down, talking to the prison staff, like, oh, we heard that, you know, there's some tension between, you know, BGF and the Bloods. How can we, you know, squash this? We don't want it to go any farther, or we understand that there's problems happening over here. Like they do that. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yo, it's kind of unique how people can get in position where the officers would listen to you and be like, yo, this will save that person's life, get them over there. I think you should move him over there and all that stuff. Yeah, I think I might have saw that happen quite a few
it,
times.
it happened to me. I have a personal story. I was at MCTC. They moved me to the prison. It's a medium secure prison across the street, RCI. They got a bad reputation. Their stabbings happen there every day. Like they're always on lockdown. Like it's gangland over there. So I get over there. I go into after I get checked out or whatever, they send me to the building where they send all the new people. You gotta stay there for like 30 days while you talk to the people about where you're going to go to or whatever. Classification. You got to stay there until classification. That's what it was. So we stayed there to COVID or whatever. We're over there. We introduced ourselves because we some of us are in organizations. So we introduced ourselves. The um the head honcho of the Crips, the leader of the Crips, he was over there. He comes to my cell, and I'm in there with man, what was his name? It was another homie, Big 30. Yeah, he was calling himself Big 30. He's not the rapper. He was just calling himself Big 30. Like everybody in the compound, like, hey yo, hey Big 30, Big 30. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people in there that got rapper names. I seen Gucci, like Guwap, all that. But anyways, the uh the leader he tells us we have a situation in another building. The Crip running the pod and building two. He's in the cell with a blood member, the leader of the Bloods, and they basically using him as a puppet. We need y'all to go up there. He looked at Big 30 and he was like, we like the way that you work out. Well, every time we go out to the yard, you're doing workout, mandatory workouts. You're telling everybody else, so we see your leadership. So we're going to send you and we're going to send Crime up there. Crime, you're going to follow Big 30. Any help he needs, you're going to be there. I need y'all to get that building. I need y'all to, you know, put it how it's supposed to be put, right? So we get up there. They ship the Crip that was having the problems that was being used as the puppet. He had him shipped out to another building, and me and Big 30 went in there and we started taking over. This is a true story. It's a real story. You know what I'm saying? Everything I say on here is gonna be real from my account. You know what I'm saying? But it was like that. He had that. You know what I'm saying? The information came directly from him. He made the decisions. He told classification or whatever he was talking to. He said, "We need this Crip member moved out, and we need these two moved up there. It's going to stop all the problems." You know what I'm saying? And he had us shipped out, and we went to that building. The first week we was down there. We didn't even want to go down there because we just got to this building. We're like, yeah, we just knowing people. We're starting to remember names and stuff.
Yeah.
So but when somebody that outranks you tells you to do something, you got to do it because you could become the next mission. You know what I'm saying? So we went down there, we did what we were supposed to do. But yeah, I was just saying that to say that they got a lot of power. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yo, the Crips, see the Crips and Georgia Department of Corrections and the chain gang, like it's some you'll find Crips in every prison, but their
Yeah.
numbers
Every
it's not going to be a lot in Georgia. It's not going to be a lot, but you're going to have some very thorough individuals that say that they're Crip or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like I saw just one Crip member fighting against a whole bunch of GDs one day, and this dude like he tried his hardest, but he was doing a lot of bluffing too.
the
This the
Crip
guy that I
member.
said that be doing them C's like this,
Oh, okay, yeah,
doing that when people be walking past and then he be standing there, then he be hitting the big C and he be doing all that.
yeah. Hit the big C on him.
Yeah, and yo, whatever transpired with him, I don't know why these GD. Oh yeah, no, it was his stereo. He had an old chain gang radio, and they wanted that radio from him. And I remember the young boy was asking him to buy it. He said nah, and then the young boy was playing like, man, I come take this. He was like, nigga, you know how big I am, nigga. I'll do this to you. I'll break you, all this. And he was like, man, I deflate all that shit. You know what I'm saying? All the muscles, boy. I got something to deflate all that, right? And he went into the cell, but he went into the cell to go rev his brothers up
Yeah,
and bring them back out. You know what I'm saying? And the Crip dude is standing there You know what I'm saying? Standing on his set, however he was standing, and with his feet set up a certain way. He's a big dude, big muscle bound dude. He rushing, boom, and trying to fight to get them out the cell. And he backed them out the cell. Then he closed the door. He went and green lighted that drink because he know after a while, if he would have got tired, it's too many of them. Some of them in the backfield don't even have to be swinging.
Yeah, it's not
Just
like the
trying to
movies.
inch up. Yeah, trying to inch up just to get to him and then go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And he got them out of that cell. I think that's what kept him alive that day. And I don't know where all the red stuff came off of them, where that came from. I mean, but when we locked down, the Crip got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was a smart move for him because it was like 12 GDs in the door.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's life or death. You know what I'm saying? This stuff that we talk about is entertaining, and we're not glorifying prison whatsoever. We tell you these stories because we want y'all prepared for if y'all ever get stuck in a situation. We don't want nobody to see nobody in prison. We're trying to deter people from going to prison, making our same mistakes. I talk about, what happened, the gang aspect of it, but I wouldn't recommend anybody join the gang at the end of the day. I wouldn't, nobody, you know what I'm saying? People do that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna put people down for joining the gang because people join the gang because they want a family. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got a father to tell them right from wrong. So, like, don't get it twisted. We tell you guys this story, we're not glorifying nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're giving y'all our knowledge in case something happens, because anybody can get locked up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a natural fact. That's a natural fact. And really, I hope people are taking heed to the stories that's being told because it's a hidden message behind everything. Like all the stuff that I said that I saw that I was around, I was always in high stake situations where somebody can lose their life in this
Yeah,
situation.
that's what people
Every
fail to
time.
understand. Like, this is life or death. When you're in there, when you get locked up over some petty stuff, child support. You can have a bad moment with your girl, a toxic relationship. She can put an accusation on you. You get locked up. You can be put in one of these situations fast. And if you ain't got the knowledge or you don't know how to maneuver, you start acting like a goofy. People gonna treat you like that. And what do you do when you actually, you're not really goofy, but people are treating you like that, and you buck, and you ain't going for that. And they said, well, we ain't going for that. Somebody might lose their life. And like people die every day in there. When I was locked up, I seen at least, I'm gonna say at least 13 people lost their life between my time that I was locked up. It was different ways. Some are ODs, some people got stabbed, but I seen 13 people lose their life. Like, it ain't a game. And they could have been about to get out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it's way worse than Georgia. I'm pretty sure you done seen way more deaths up there because you were in the maximum. I was in the medium. That's a difference. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was in the close. They call it close security.
Yeah.
Close security. Our maxes is at Jackson State Prison. That's where high max is at, and they're kind of like behind the door, or they can be on the Green Mile in the program in the
The Green Mile. That makes me think of Death Row.
yeah, they got death row at Jackson too, but
See, we didn't have that where I was.
they call this that, but it's a program that they put people behind the door for a few months or it can be years too. You know what I'm saying? And they put people on at the tier program. It's called the tier program, and it's like to be for real, man. it's so many ways to get messed up in there. It's too many ways to be subjected to violence inside of the Georgia Department of Corrections. It's too many sectors or sects of gangs, you know what I'm saying, to have to dodge and weave, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if these are the people that have the stuff that you might want, whether it's the Nietas, the MS-13s, or the Serenos, or it's the Goodfellas, or it's the Ghostface gangsters, or it's the GD, or it's the Bloods, or it's the Crips, or it's the Muslims. Like it's too many different type of things where situations can pop in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the really when you come into a situation like that, or if you have to go down the road, if you have to,
Yeah.
hopefully you don't have to.
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't want
Hopefully,
nobody
yeah.
going to prison. But
Hopefully you don't have to get locked up. Period. You know what I'm saying?
like I
But if,
said, oh my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Like I said, while we got 150 people in here, if y'all ain't like the video, make sure y'all do support us. We trying to push a positive message. Don't think that we're trying to glorify prison or gang life at all, because we're not. We came from that. We're trying to warn people of the dangers. We trying to do a little bit of good out here. We done seen the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying? So, so y'all don't have to go through the stuff. You can take it or not, but listen to the stories. It sounds cool talking about prison and stuff, but it's not like the movies. My name is Kron. I got my own channel. It's called Kron Talk 369. It's on YouTube. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and put it in chat right there. Kron Talk 369. And you got Big Miz. Y'all, we already on Big Miz's channel. Go ahead and subscribe to his. We do these podcasts, these prison talks every day. We might be on his channel, and then the next day be on my channel. You know what I'm saying? So if you want
That's
to, don't want to miss an episode or whatever, go ahead and subscribe to both. And you got another channel too, right?
yeah, county jail, prison, or chain gang. I don't know if my mod is in here to post it, but
What is it?
it's
What's it called?
county jail, prison, or chain gang. County jail, prison, or chain gang.
County jail, prison, or chain gang.
Yup.
Okay, it's county jail, prison, or chain gang.
Yup. And I would appreciate it if y'all
But you
subscribe to
gotta
the
do you gotta
channel.
put the or in there? It's county jail, prison,
Prison
or
or chain gang. Yup.
all right. I'm gonna put it in there because I'm on my other phone and I was in the chat. All right, I'll put it in there.
All right, no doubt. No doubt.
I know county jail, prison, or chain gang. Yeah, just put it in YouTube like that and it should pop up.
Yup. That's a natural fact. And I appreciate everybody that goes over there and subscribe to the channel. I just started that page and we trying to build that page up. I have a lot of stories over there, just like on the Big Miz from the Zoo page. I'm evenly putting out content on both of the pages. And I want to start growing that channel way more. And I appreciate y'all. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I always like doing these live streams with you, talking about this stuff because it's like therapeutic, man. You don't understand, like just doing all that time in prison and getting out and just keeping all that stuff in your head. It bottles up sometimes. Sometimes you're ready to explode because you see all this stuff on the outside world, people disrespecting you, stuff that wouldn't fly in there. It's happening on a daily basis, and you're like, man, what they think? They think I'm soft or something? You ready to blow up? But you got to stop and talk about the past, talk about what you went through, so you realize it's not worth it. You already been through this. You know what I'm saying? Just take a minute and calm down. You know what I'm saying? I know there's other people. It can't just be me and you. There's other people. There's people get released from prison and jail all the time. You could have got released 10 years ago. You still going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you if you feel how we feel, you know what I'm saying? Support the message.
Yeah, that's a natural fact, man. And all I'm trying to do is show people growth. Like Alright. Yo, this is coming to an end. What's going on, yo? What's going on? I had to go ahead and run a little drill on the podcast that we got going on and let y'all hear a little something. This your boy Big Miss from the zoo. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I'm gonna be on live, just like this right here. I'm gonna be on live, and I got y'all every trip with some ill stories, man. You know what I'm saying? Some serious situations, but it's gonna be some crazy stories tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned. This your boy Big Miss from the zoo, and I'm just asking y'all, don't do nothing stupid outside in these streets and find yourself in somebody's county jail, prison, or chain gang. Peace, y'all.